And what the fuck episode is this again?
174, I believe.
Ah, yes. Unfortunately, that's wonderful.
Yep.
Incredible.
You are about that we're not ending on 175.
I mean, it's the only right thing we could have done at the end of the day, isn't it? We just end on an uneven. Well, I mean, it's an even number, but you know what I mean.
I know what you're saying.
It's
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, it's better than 173, but not as good as 175.
Yeah. I feel like 173 is even maybe better. It's like right in the middle of two round numbers,
Right.
you know, 170, 175.
Yeah, I
No.
guess it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Sorry about that, mate.
I'll have to live with it. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. Like, let's not just, there may be one day one more. So it's not necessarily going to be absolutely guaranteed the end. Like, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
I mean, that is true. Never say never.
Are you saying when Kingdom
Ever.
Hearts 4 comes out, you and I aren't going to do one of these? Is that what you're saying? Because I will, and it will happen.
I will absolutely bet my life on you saying that now and never playing it.
No, dude. Fuck that, bro. I'm not missing Kingdom Hearts.
I thought Kingdom Hearts 3 was the game where you could die now because you'd played the last game you need to play.
Yes, correct. And what I meant by that was all other games but Kingdom Hearts.
Right.
Like, I didn't need to play any other. I've done it. But now, like, Kingdom Hearts... What if Kingdom Hearts is then the beginning of me liking games again? You know? You don't know that. It could be
the
reboot.
cycle all over
Not that I
again.
don't like games. I like games. I just like other things more than games.
Yeah.
And then I do those things with my time, and I then don't have time to play games. That's the only thing there is to it. It's not that I don't like games. I love games. Horizon Forbidden West was this year. It was awesome. It's one of the best game experiences I've ever had. I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I definitely... Josh, keep all of this in, by the way.
This is the pre-intro intro.
This is the pre-intro for the final episode of the As Always podcast.
Oh my God.
Of the Kill Connor Club podcast.
What if we just don't intro and this is the show and I just don't do the intro and we
Oh,
don't do
dude,
it?
and you don't do it, and we don't do the thing. Imagine how mad, dude. It's making me mad thinking about it.
Oh my God.
No, you've got to do it. Let's go.
All right,
Let's
fine.
do it. All right, hit the music.
Hello everybody, how's it going? And welcome back to the As Always podcast for the final time. This is episode 174. I'm one of your hosts, James, and I'm joined, as always, by Tyler.
As always, how's it going, my friend?
It is going pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I'm feeling happy to be here. Bit sad, but mostly happy and excited to be here with you for one last time on the As Always podcast. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. It's weird that it doesn't feel like it'll be like the last time. It feels like just a normal show. But it'll sink in like a few weeks later. It'll be like, wow, that was it. We did it. We wrapped it up. But
I still, I mean, I don't feel like, I mean, it's definitely the end of an era. It's 100% the end of an era. I guess I don't feel like it's the last time because it's not like you and I aren't going to sit down and talk again, I guess.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's really what the show is. It's our friendship and us talking about things we like.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
have shared common interests with for over 8 years. So that's all the show's ever been, and that's how it's evolved, and that's how it's changed, and people have sort of come with us, where at the start it was literally nothing else but it was an Assassin's Creed podcast. That was the beginning.
True.
It was a live stream. Technically, this is the 175th episode, if that makes you feel better, James.
Oh,
we have an
true.
episode 0.
Oh.
We have an episode 0. Do you feel better about that?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
It's like, how many episodes of the podcast is there? Well, there's 175.
Yeah. Well,
It's
main
exactly
episodes,
100%.
but then what if you count, what about the ones where we just didn't number it for like some reason? Where it was like, oh, this is like a random Red Dead Redemption 2 spoiler cast, but it's technically an As Always or a Kill Connor Club.
Yeah, well then we've also got 150 episodes of Clubhouse, and then there's Cinema Room. There's like 28 episodes of like. I mean, do they all count? What doesn't? What counts?
I
What
don't
doesn't
know.
count?
I feel like we should have, before we came onto the show, we could have counted up them all and see exactly how many podcasts we did.
I'd love
because
to have a stat. Someone put up
I
a
don't
stat
know.
for us, and like, or send us the information of how many podcasts have we done together in total, and that could be, even as like guests on. Let's just show our podcast.
Our podcast, yeah.
Clubhouse. Does Four Pillars podcast count?
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah, Four Pillars podcast, Clubhouse, Cinema Room, and then Kill Connor Club as always podcast, plus the special spoiler cast episodes that we didn't count numbers on. All of them together. How many have we done together? And how many hours of podcasting is that?
Yeah. It could be like those games at like carnivals where you guess how many like fucking jelly beans are in the jar.
All right, have a guess then. You guess how many jelly beans are in the jar, and then when we find out.
Oh boy! Well, how many episodes have we done? I reckon it's around. It's got to be like 400, maybe.
I'm just thinking.
Probably a bit less. Not quite 400.
No, I'd say 400. If I want to give it, because we want to give a reasonable guess, I'm going to try to come up with an exact number. So in my head, how many?
I reckon like 387 or something.
How many Four Pillars podcasts?
Maybe not quite. Actually,
I reckon 395. I'm gonna say 395.
Yeah,
we're so close to 400. 400 podcasts together.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
And then how many hours is it? I reckon 1,080 hours of podcasting together.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
1,080 hours. That's an obscene amount of hours.
I reckon hours maybe like 940. I reckon we haven't quite hit 1,000. I reckon 940. I'm going for a smaller number.
Okay. So let's be the smallest number. 940 hours is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, that might be too much actually. Honestly, thinking about it.
You reckon?
Although there are some of those episodes.
400 podcasts. There's some 4-hour podcasts.
There are some but there's also like some 1-hour podcasts too. So it kind of like evens itself out. Because like if say we go with like my guess was like what 380 something podcasts.
Yeah. So you're assuming the average is over 2 hours.
Yeah, like let's say like 2 hours average times that. It's probably like 700. What's it? 750. Wow, something like that.
You really bummed me out, bro. So that's just so everyone's aware of. If we go super conservative, 750 hours of podcasting, that's 31.25 days. That's a month. That is a full month.
Doesn't seem like a lot, does it?
I feel like that's a shitload.
I mean, it is, but also like you think about if someone listened to us
non-stop 24 hours for 31 days, dude.
It'd only take them a month.
Want to kill yourself.
It would only take them a month.
You don't understand how long
like
that
8 years of content in a month.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
I feel like that's but you're nothing else. Your whole life. That's like
even when you're asleep.
Think about how much you and I have spoken to each other. Like a month in our lives.
Someone do that.
That's a lot of our life.
Do
that's
like
a percentage of.
Turn it into like a YouTube experiment. Be like, I listened to the As Always podcasts for 30 days non-stop, and here's what happened. And it's like you slowly devolving into insanity as you're like locked in your room on your own. And there's like the added layer that you haven't gone outside as well. You're just indoors for 30 days listening to our shows. I think it'll be an interesting thought experiment. Not even just an actual experiment, not a thought one. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I've been alive for
too long.
326.
Sorry, I was projecting.
Yeah, I know you were. It's okay. 326 months. Mm-hmm. That's how long I've been alive for. 326 months, or 327. Let's say 326. One of those months. So that's like what? I'm trying to work out the percentage of that I've spoken to you. Percentage of my life I've spoken to you.
Oh, right. I see what you're saying.
But I'm really hungover and I can't do math right now.
It's one out of 300 and what did you say, 26 as a percentage.
Yeah. Like 30%?
What?
It's not 30%. Sorry.
Not at all.
0.3%.
Yeah, 0.3. Yeah.
That's right. I was like 30% of 1% is what I was trying to say in my head. Yeah, like 0.3.
Yeah.
I feel like that's still like I've lived a long time. And to even for anything to be that much is a significant amount that you can measure it like that.
True.
That's only 0.5% of my whole life that I've just talked to you and recorded it.
That's not even taking into consideration the times where we're not recording it or live streams that like aren't podcast content.
Yeah.
Stuff
or
like that.
when we've actually been together.
Yeah, true. Damn, it's a lot.
So look, yeah, it is a lot. I think it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've been alive for a short amount of time. As you said, too long.
Yeah, way too long.
Too long. But yeah, the final As Always podcast. This has always been the mothership show. This was the I guess the granddaddy of them all.
Yeah.
And it's the one that started it all. None of the four pillars, none of the As Always stuff, nothing would exist without this show.
Yeah.
And I think I guess it's also partly the reason once we sort of moved on from, I guess, the core interest of what made this show the case, which was us sharing common interests. And when, we're sort of focusing on different things, it obviously makes it a bit harder. And it just was like, okay, if this show isn't the future, then none of it is sort of how it feels, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is sad, but it's a good time, and I'm glad we've had this time to like be ready for it. We've let the audience know. People have been able to enjoy it. I think it was the right way to go about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Rather than we didn't say anything. We got to this episode. We're like, oh, by the way, guys, this is the last episode, and that's it.
Yeah. It made sense for you, for sure.
I hate when people do that shit. Oh, by the way, just want to let everyone know we're ending. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then you have a show you like, so we're ending on a high, on a good note.
Yep.
And it's fantastic, and we have some fun stuff to talk about today. We just had my time. It's Saturday, the 10th of December, 7:30 a.m. I had my work Christmas party last night, so I'm a bit fucking hungover.
Yeah.
But I made the absolute correct decision to, once the event finished, so many people were like, all right, we're going out. It was like 11 p.m. And I'm like, oh God, no. I promised myself I'd go home. And I was really, like, thinking back, I was pretty drunk. And I am just so, waking up now and being this early, I'm so grateful to myself back then that I had I don't know how I had the maturity, because I was not thinking straight, but I somehow made sure I got myself in an Uber, got myself home at a reasonable time, and got some sleep, because I feel okay. And you were drunk last night yourself, watching the Game Awards.
I was.
And you messaged me going, I need to show you something, so don't watch the Game of the Year. And I was like, okay. So I don't know what happened at the Game Awards. I don't know who won what awards. I don't know anything. I've been avoiding Twitter for this reason.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm also very glad we are recording so soon after, like the next day after the Game Awards. Because I don't think I could have made it, because I went on Twitter for like 2 seconds and there was heaps of stuff from it. And like specifically, I think what you're going to show me as well.
Yeah.
So I almost sort of found out, but avoided it. So I do want to go through that. We've got the As Always Awards, and then I'm sure plenty of reminiscing and chatting. We do have to thank, obviously, the great people over at patreon.com/As Always, because we just wouldn't have been doing it this long without them. Not even close. So thank you so much for their support. Thank you to our producers. That's Baron Keen, Connor Cedar, Sam is paying James' water bill, Damien the Not So Orange Gnome, Eli, Flash Paradox, Jordan O'Toole, King Richard III, Radoc, Tyler the Goat, Viridian, and Ballsack 47. Viridian's back for one final producer tier. One of the great producers all time. Welcome back for the final month. But obviously, if you do want to support the Patreon, it will be being relaunched in the new year via James. It's Lasboy, lasers, gamer vids, whatever you want to call him. Racist,
true.
You know, any. Sorry, I just had to throw back
good,
in there.
Yeah. Some might use that.
Yeah. Yeah. Not anymore, but
Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah. No one uses that anymore. Not that you ever were, but no one would ever use that. Yeah.
I mean, you know.
I'd call you ignorant. That's how I.
Yeah, well, we know I was never racist, but also like, I sort of just wasn't I? You know, it's just it's a weird one.
Maybe.
It's a weird one.
It's weird to think that you were. I don't accept that.
No, well, obviously I wasn't actually, like, in my head I was like, no, I think everyone's equal. But then when you go around saying what I was saying, it doesn't really matter what I think, because I'm being racist, so it doesn't matter. But I didn't
see
think
what
that,
you're saying.
You know,
I didn't like what you
"Ooh,
did,
I'm
but I was like,
edgy
I know
and
you're not
cool,"
deep down.
but, yeah,
I think you're just being a fucking dickhead, is what I
very
think
true.
I said to you once.
Yeah, very true.
Not
But
publicly.
I'm a good guy
I was
now,
just like,
all
you sound
right?
like a dickhead, James. I'm pretty sure I said that to you
Oh
once.
man, it was a
I was
weird
like,
time.
I don't think
was
you're
it
racist,
not?
James. I just think you're a dickhead.
Yeah. Back in good old 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
One of the periods of time.
It was one of the periods of time.
Yeah.
2017. I liked that time. I thought it was a great time.
I mean,
2017 was a great year for me. That was one of my favorite years of my life. When I look back at my life,
I have fond memories. It was a nice time for a lot of things, but also glad it's over. Wouldn't go back.
No, never go back. Always moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think now we're only in our 20s, James. The best years of our lives haven't happened yet, is what I'd like to think.
Oh, God damn it! I hope so.
Yeah. If you told me, I'm like, no, you've already lived the best years of your life. I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah, true.
Like, they were pretty good, but I'm like, come on, we can do better than that.
Yeah.
This year's been a great year, to be fair.
Yeah, it has been a good year. I've liked this year.
It's been the best year in a long time.
Yeah.
Certainly in the last couple of years. Like,
Yeah, I think so.
The pandemic years and pre that. But this year's been a fantastic year.
Mm-hmm.
Even just looking back, I spent a month of it traveling. And that's something we haven't been able to do in such a long time. So that alone, I'm like, fuck yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, for sure.
Saw so many people, so many great friends I haven't seen in so long. How good?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I feel like it's the first time, because obviously everything was a bit fucked up for 2020, 2021.
Did it feel like me coming to the UK felt like, oh, we're back to normal now? Truly, when people from the other side of the world can just come and visit and do visit, and you're not thinking about getting COVID.
Yeah. It does feel now like everything is a bit more. It's back. Well, it is back to normal. I mean, there's obviously like repercussions. Like there have been like domino effect of what's happened.
There'll be things
course.
forever changed.
But in terms of like what you're able to do and like just general normal life, at least for me personally, I can't speak for every single person in the world, but for me, life feels like it's back to where it was. I feel like we're back on track finally. Like we got kind of derailed for a couple years and everything was a bit fucking weird. We didn't really know what was going on or what was going to happen. And then, it feels like kind of like we're back on track, but it also feels like we completely lost 2 years almost in a lot of ways, which is like weird because you think about 2019 and it feels like ages ago, but also like so recently because 2020, 2021 was just so fucked.
Yeah, I agree. 2019 feels like a lifetime ago, even though it was so recently.
Yeah, and it's weird, but I feel like we're a bit back on track, and 2023 should be good. I think.
I have a good feeling about next year. Just there's obviously always good and bad in every year, and especially around the world. Like this year, there's been some pretty horrific shit worldwide as well. There's a lot of war tension, the economy.
Yeah, I think people need to realize when we say this year's been a good year, we don't mean like
energy crisis.
We mean for our personal lives.
Shortage. There is a lot of economies and a lot of people suffering. There's hundreds of thousands of people in Europe are going to die this winter. There's a lot of tough things going on in the world right now.
Yeah, you know what? I take it all back. I take it all back. It's never been worse.
Yeah, it's some would say it's the worst it's ever been.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't say that. I'm more talking for me personally.
Yeah.
Australia's doing well. And we're not looking like we're going to go into recession. One of the few economies worldwide that won't. So we're
good
like,
for you.
Few. We have all the resources here, so we're just like, we'll sell these. Well, that'll keep us afloat. You know, always does.
Oh, blimey. Oh,
but
God.
you know,
yeah, that's true. Things are actually rough. There are rough things going on.
but there's bad things every year.
True.
From natural disasters,
there's
from
never
wars,
not.
from humanitarian crisis. Like, there's things that go on every year, through our history and before us and after us. So, you know, but there's also beautiful things and fantastic things, and you know, there's no point ignoring that either. With every bad, there's also good. And I for me personally, it's been a really great year.
Yeah.
Great year.
Same.
I'm healthy. I'm happy. Got great friends. Traveled. Good job. I have a roof over my head. I'm very lucky. I'm very fucking grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And we've got Christmas coming up, and I know how much you fucking love that shit.
Oh, yeah. I got the Christmas tree behind me. Everyone can see it. Look at that. We're festive. Yeah. We're festive here for the final episode of the As Always podcast.
Yeah.
That's good.
I've, you know me, I'm not much of a Christmas person. I think we've established that.
We have.
As an adult who's lived out on my own since 19, 8 years now, 27, I've finally bought myself a Christmas tree.
Wow.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, I bought myself a Christmas tree, decorations, like there's presents under it and shit. Like,
that's sick.
Properly, yeah. Well, yeah. Was it all what I wanted to do? Not necessarily.
Should have been.
Was it getting side eye from my girlfriend going, "You don't have a Christmas tree?" I'm like, "Not yet, eh? No doubt though. I'll have one."
She knows.
For sure.
She knows. She knows what's up. She's good.
She knows.
Loving Christmas. That's a big green flag to me.
Yeah. I think that's sort of how I saw it too. I was like, I think I have to do this, or there's going to be like questions of, is this guy like, you know, does he kill people?
Not liking Christmas is a big red flag, I will say. I feel like if you don't like Christmas, there's some things, you know, you kill puppies. I don't really know.
Yeah, no, I know, I get it, and I can make the argument when you're single. You can make that argument of like, what? Who cares? Whatever, like. It's not a thing, but definitely has to be a green flag. So it's, you know what you sign up for. I know. I'm like, I've got to, you know, like Christmas now. Yep. I know what time it is. Yep. You know, I know what time it is.
Yeah,
and
Christmas
it's what
time.
it is. It's it is Christmas time. It felt like you were going to break out into a Christmas carol.
Oh man.
But it is Christmas time. There is, to be fair, there is one Christmas tradition I always do. And it is an out of love thing. I don't do it because I love Christmas. I do it because I love my family, which is I bake a gingerbread house from scratch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then I decorate it with all like little cousins, nieces, nephews, and all that.
That's
Christmas.
nice.
And they love it. Like, there was one year I didn't have time to do it. And the girls were so upset at me.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, I can't disappoint these children again. So not failed to do so. So every Christmas Eve, I'm fucking spending hours in the kitchen baking gingerbread, and then like measuring, building stencils, and like building the house. And I put it together, and then but I just don't decorate it. I let them do that.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So it sounds like I do love Christmas that I do something like that. Like, man, this guy must really love it. It's like, no, I mean, I just love my family. That's
what it's all about, you know?
Yeah,
that's what Christmas. That's the heart of Christmas.
Yeah.
So you do love Christmas in a roundabout way, you know?
Yeah, I love the meaning behind Christmas.
Exactly.
The true message of Christmas, which is definitely more about Jesus. And,
we do love Jesus here on the As Always podcast.
We absolutely love Jesus.
We're big Jesus fans.
Big fans of Jesus.
Been to all his concerts.
Yeah, I have all his albums. Yeah. So, would you say that every Christmas song is a happy birthday song to Jesus? When you're listening to, you know, it's Christmas time, I don't know, what's a White Christmas, any of those fucking songs.
Santa Baby.
Yeah, exactly. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Is that really us saying happy birthday to Jesus?
Yeah, if you want. Why not?
I do want. because I love Jesus.
True. That's a good point. I mean, I do like Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Jesus.
Big fan.
You know, I think he does a lot of good things. He's, a great influence on the world, especially when, he started the war in Ukraine. That was pretty good of him, I think. Being God and all. Yeah, I feel like it's pretty, he clearly knows what he's doing, I think. He's, strong force for good.
Gay,
Did you say gay? What the fuck?
No. I said gay.
He wouldn't like that.
No, he wouldn't like that. He wouldn't like that, would he? He wouldn't like that, would he? He wouldn't. He'd really actually fucking hate it.
He would.
He would not like that. But he also gave people cancer this year. He did that a few times.
What a dick.
Yeah. No,
Well, it must have been for a reason.
Must have been for a reason.
Maybe they forgot to
There's
pray
going to be
once.
some one or two upset Christians.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Yeah. There's going to be definitely a few upset Christians.
Yeah.
And Muslims too, I guess. I mean, they believe in Jesus.
Do they?
They just don't believe he's the son. Yeah, they do. They just don't believe he's the son of
Oh,
God.
right.
They just think he's a prophet. Yeah.
Interesting.
And they and when I've talked to Muslims or imams about this stuff, they say that Jesus was a special prophet to them because he was the only prophet that became a prophet before the age of 40, whereas he was 30. But they don't believe he died on the cross. Because prophets can't be killed. They don't know. Prophets can't be killed because that means they failed their mission.
So
it was a double that got crucified, and they can die of old age and natural causes, but they can't be killed.
How?
By somebody else. What do you mean?
How does that work?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, natural cause, who said, what's a natural cause? What if there's
a health issue? They just, a person can't kill them. That can't be why I think that's as far as
what if it's a stray javelin? They didn't mean to kill him. Would they just survive?
No, that didn't happen. God wouldn't have let that happen.
Right, I see.
Yeah. That's my understanding.
What if they tripped and fell down the stairs? Broke their neck.
No, that wouldn't have happened. No, that wouldn't have happened.
Right.
God wouldn't have done that. God would not have done that.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
That is.
But I always sort of think I'm when you meet the first time I went to and met an imam and went to a mosque and this is through school. I did religious studies as an elective because I just was super interested in learning about it. But I felt because I went to a Christian school, even though I wasn't the strongest atheist there. We got to this mosque and the imam was really oh no, we believe in the same stuff you believe. We just think then the Prophet Muhammad came afterwards. They try to sort of and I was sort of you don't have to kiss the ass of these Christian weirdos, mate. Don't worry about it. That's how I wasn't sure of how much I bought that. I felt like he was playing it up of how, similar the belief is. And I'm I feel like it's a drastically different, religion. Not necessarily belief system, but certainly things they believe happened in the world.
Yeah.
But because we're in a Christian school and he just wants it to be, There's always assumptions when you've got two different belief systems, right? That there's going to be conflict. So you try to, he's there's fucking school kids. Let's try to make this nice and not tense. Because, you'll have that one white chick from the Christian school that is really strong beliefs and hears something and then they get offended. And then there's all of a sudden we're in a mosque and that she's having an argument with the imam. And it's this is awkward for everybody. You know the one. We all know that one. But anyway.
Wow.
Anyway. How the fuck did we get onto that?
I have absolutely no fucking idea.
We're talking about we love Jesus and Christmas. And
which we do. Which we do. Praise be.
Praise be to him. Well, peace be upon him. For all the Muslims out there. Shout out to Huge Anus as well.
Huge shout out to Huge Anus.
Huge shout out to Huge Anus as well. We love Hugh.
Yeah, true.
The Game Awards, James.
The Game Awards.
The Game Awards. I'm so glad this is chaotic.
Yeah, this is how it should be.
And I keep distracting you because I'll ask you about something and then I'm like, think of something to say. And I'm like, oh, I've got to tell you about this. I went to McDonald's this morning. I had to walk and pick up my car from the train station because I couldn't drive home last night.
Yeah.
And I don't normally get a coffee from McDonald's, but I got one.
Mm-hmm.
And I specifically asked, I just wanted an iced coffee. And I thought, I'll just get an iced latte because I like iced black coffee, dash of cold milk, dash of milk. But they always fuck it up anyway. Mm-hmm. So I'll just get a nice latte, but no extra shot. I want the coffee taste and no sugar syrup. Dude, the first sip I took was all sugar syrup down the bottom. And I'm like, I can't drink this. I can't fucking drink this. But me being the man I am, I didn't drive back around and ask for a replacement. I just fucking took it and drank the whole thing because I'm a fucking pussy.
Should have thrown it at them. Should have made one of the workers get on their knees and you should have poured it on their head.
Fucking hell, what? You have some fucking weird thoughts, bro. You have some anger.
Look, McDonald's have done me wrong one too many times, and now there'll be a reckoning. They're just, I'm just working up to it.
Yeah. Reckoning.
Yeah,
You're an idiot. The Game Awards, what the fuck?
What
the fuck happened?
The Game Awards.
You've got a video for me? Am I watching something?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna send you this video. Let me try find.
Can you explain what everyone's about to watch without spoiling anything?
Okay.
Me?
So you don't need any context. All you need to know is this was during the. This is on Center Strain's channel. Interesting. So it was during the Game of the Year award, so right at the end of the show. Elden
award,
Ring,
the final award.
Yes, Elden Ring won, and the devs came on stage, and
Great.
This is what happened during their speech.
Oh no, something happened. How did these things keep happening? Surely this can't be real.
And it just came out of nowhere. I was like so taken aback. It was just like. It was so strange, but get it up.
I'm about to watch. Yeah, I'm just an ads playing.
All right, sweet.
What the fuck am I about to watch, James?
Is
it good that I've missed this?
Yes, this is. I said last night on stream, I was like, oh my god, I need to make sure Tyler doesn't see this so we can react to it on the show, and everyone was like, oh my god, yes.
Yeah, okay. I have not seen this. I don't know what happens. Okay, it's a 40-second long video. Yeah. Dude, I'm nervous. Okay, you tell me. You do the countdown.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Supported these titles, and we create the games we want to create and do our best because of you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I think if God of War Ragnarok came out just a few months earlier, it would have a bigger chance.
Real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi, Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
Who was that guy?
Wait.
Who was that guy?
It's so fucking weird.
Wait.
And the funniest part is, nobody knew who this guy was. Everyone just thought he was like with the devs, but the devs didn't know who he was. Like Jeff Keighley didn't know who it was.
Wait, what? So this guy just
walked up.
He just like, if I walk up with the devs, I reckon I can get up there.
Yeah.
And he's standing behind the whole time, and everyone just assumes, and those nice devs are like too probably socially awkward to say anything to him.
They probably think he's there for they're probably like, this. There must be a reason this guy's on stage with this, right?
One of those things. Have you ever seen those videos where people make fake passes and just get behind the scenes of shit?
Yeah.
It's on YouTube, and like, it's crazy what people can get in by just acting confident that no one says anything.
Yeah.
I need to watch this again. Hang on. Can we watch this again?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, bro, what the fuck am I? Bill Clinton.
It's so good. It's especially good when like you're watching it. When I was watching it live, and obviously there was no expectation that anything was happening. It just looked like he was like he was just meant to be there, and then he just says that, and like it took a moment for me to like process, and I'm like, wait, what did he just fucking say? It was so fucking funny.
And then slowly information's dwindled out where you realize no one knows who this fucking guy is.
Yeah. And after the event,
I don't know what country they make Elden Ring in. I assume it's Japan. Are these all Japanese men?
Japan, yeah.
So you've got a bunch of Japanese guys and this fucking other random dude that's definitely not Japanese behind them.
Exactly.
When you think about it, you're like, it makes no sense. He definitely doesn't look like he should be there.
Yeah, I know. It was one of those things where afterwards it's like, well, yeah, who is this guy? But at the time, you just didn't think. And then, like, the event ended and Jeff Keighley was like... I think we know bits and pieces. I know Jason Schreier did an interview with him or whatever.
Afterwards?
Yeah, afterwards. And also, like, Jeff Keighley was like, he's been arrested. So...
Oh, God, whatever.
It's... But yeah, it was a...
Arrested?
Yeah.
For what?
I don't know.
Like, not you guys fucking were dumb for letting him up.
Yeah, it was your security's fault. Like, if you let him in,
endanger anybody.
No,
he
was just shit posting.
It's a real life shit post. Can we watch it again, please? I want to watch it one more time.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you got it up?
I've got it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
Supported these titles. And we
Look at him, yeah.
He's looking around. He's watching himself on the screen. He definitely looks like he shouldn't be there now, eh?
Yeah.
I think if God of War Ragnarok came out just
you see him ready. He wants to go up.
He would have a bigger chance.
You know, real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
Who was that guy?
Oh, it's
I love
so
the commentary.
Good.
Who's that guy?
Oh my god.
Who was that
All right. My Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Oh, holy shit.
The fuck does it even mean?
That is not what I expected. I thought something like way worse happened. That was just weird.
God. It completely overshadowed the whole show. It's all anybody's been talking about. Like, which kind of sucks for the Elden Ring devs, but it's also funny as fuck.
It is funny as fuck. Yeah, I mean, it's an award show. Who cares? They're not real, you know?
True.
Doesn't matter.
True. It was good. It was very good.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Just absolutely tremendous.
That's so funny.
Just such a great moment. And another moment from the show, not quite as funny, but fucking when Christopher Judge, Kratos, won the award for best performance, he had this whole speech and it went on for way too long. Like they let him go for like 5-6 minutes, and then they had to kick in the outro music to like get him to get off stage because he wouldn't shut up. It like became the Chris Judge podcast. It was fucking weird. It went on for way too long. It was so odd. It was very, very strange.
5 minutes.
It was a long time. It was the longest 5 minutes of my life. It was
really?
Yeah.
No way. 9 minutes is the video.
Even longer. My god. Yeah, it was
full speech. It's a 9-minute video.
Yeah, he went on for a while.
So he wins.
He just started telling like anecdotes. Like it went from thanking people to just being like just telling stories about the development process, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? There's a whole show.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It was so strange.
I'm slowly skimming through. Oh my god, he's telling a story about someone going to medical school. I'm literally just skimming through this. What's he on now? Working for you and with you? You are a unicorn. Dude, he's just... What the fuck? 3.5 minutes and he's talking about Corey. Dude, already too long. You've been talking for 3.5 minutes. Already too long. A minute later now. They
Oh my
him.
god.
He's still standing there. Oh. Go on and try back up 2018. What the fuck is he talking about?
It's crazy.
Dude, he's still fucking talking. They're playing the music. Everyone's sitting there. People on their phone at this point.
Oh my god. It's so weird. He really took that opportunity.
Oh, dude, I'm speechless watching this. What a shit show this was.
It was so fucking funny. I love the
What
Game
a
Awards. It's so fun.
Fucking shit
There's
show
always
that
dumb
was.
shit that happens every single year. It's absolutely incredible. Just like so fucking weird. And you got like the before as well, before like announcing the award, they had Al Pacino doing it, and he couldn't read the auto cue. Like he was struggling so hard.
Al Pacino,
Yeah.
The Godfather.
Yeah.
What the fuck was Al Pacino doing there?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
It was amazing.
God, he's looking rough too, Al Pacino. He's looking rough.
Well, you know.
Did you think Christopher Judge should have won, or do you think Ashley Birch should have won?
No, I think Christopher
Aloy.
Judge should have won. I think he gave
Yeah.
a great performance. Any of them deserved it, but I think Christopher Judge. There's some scenes in Ragnarok in
Atreus
particular.
got nominated.
Yeah, he did. It would have been nice to see him win, but you know.
Was that a good performance by him for Atreus?
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, it was great.
Did they have the same kid that played him in the first game?
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
in
yeah.
This game?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, he's just
That he's
older now.
aged with the character.
Yeah, it's good. He did a really good job. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. And obviously, Ashley Birch is fucking phenomenal as
Yeah,
Aloy.
she's
No
great in
doubt about
everything
that.
she's in.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, girl from Plague Tale, Charlotte McBurney.
Yeah, she's very good
She-
too.
w-
Yeah.
Well, she was. I've only played the first one. She was very good. I actually played that this year. I'm pretty sure, didn't I?
Interestingly, yeah, I think it did. Interestingly, though, in Requiem, they changed the accents, so they all speak with English accents, like it's Assassin's Creed Unity,
Oh,
which is strange. It's all the same actors; they're just not doing the French accent anymore,
I don't,
which is
I
odd.
don't like that.
Yeah, I didn't like it too much either. I think I prefer if they
Because you
stay
feel like the
French, but-
character's different. Surely you feel like the character's different.
Weirdly, it doesn't feel that different. It does feel the same, but like it's difficult to explain. Like it does feel like it just works, but it also is a bit jarring at first.
That's weird.
An odd choice,
But it's still set in France.
yeah,
I hate that.
yeah, it's
like
weird.
I hate whoever made the decision.
Yeah,
Like, why would that have been a decision to make?
yeah, I have no idea.
That's so
I have
fucking weird.
no clue.
Wow,
why
I,
they did
I
that.
wish I was a fly on the wall for that meeting. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I can't think why they would do that.
What were the other awards? Like, what were some other
Um,
winners? Did Horizon win anything?
No, it didn't.
That's a real shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. It is a shame, but it won my heart, so
It did win. It won my heart too.
you know, there's that. There's that. There was
God of War
like
win anything?
it won the best performance with Kratos. I'm not sure if it won anything else though.
Soundtrack?
Yes, it won best soundtrack. Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, Bear McCreary, he's really.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's if there's one thing about the Rings of Power that's good, it's the soundtrack is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
They nailed that shit.
Yeah,
Rings of Power.
for sure. And Ragnarok had a great soundtrack too.
Yeah, the first God of War had. I haven't listened to the Ragnarok one, but the first God of War was insanely good. And I just, if it's better again, I just knew. Don't even have to hear it. I'm like, it's going to be a phenomenal soundtrack.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it was a fun event. I mean, talking about Horizon, the DLC got announced, Burning Shores,
Yes,
which is cool.
Yeah.
That looks great.
What do we know anything about that story wise? I did see the trailer for that very briefly.
I'm not sure what we know. I've not really looked into it. I mean, I was so fucked last night. I don't really remember anything. I just remember that
Right.
I just remember it was there at the event. But it was a fun trailer, and you get to see like a little one of the Horus like things waking up, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
Something we've not seen before. And yeah, it'll be nice to play Horizon again. I'm really looking forward to it. That's coming out in April, so that'd be cool.
Oh, that's awesome. It's Los Angeles?
It is, yeah.
I'm just watching the clips from it now. Dude, Horizon's so good.
It's great. I fucking love it.
Death Stranding 2?
Death Stranding 2, yeah, that got announced, which is pretty cool. I've still not played the first one, but I will.
I own the first one. I played an hour of it. Yep, I have it here. I have a fucking... literally have Death Stranding here. Why do I have this? I played an hour of this.
That's so strange. Does not seem like your kind of game.
This was I feel like this was like when I was trying to play everything.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
What year did this come out? 2018, 2019?
2019? Yeah.
Right.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, 2019, because it's when I first moved into this house.
Yeah, because I feel like that's what in 2019 I was playing everything.
Mm-hmm.
All the major ones, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just couldn't get into it, and I would still get physical discs. Like that's weird. Don't do that anymore.
Crazy.
Yeah, strange. And then the Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Oh yeah,
that trailer looked really good. I thought as well.
Yeah, it looked pretty nice. Like Cal Kestis got himself a beard. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll probably play it.
I really liked that first one.
Yeah, I remember liking it. I thought it was good.
Well, you liked it more than I did, but I had so many glitches with the game.
Yeah, that's true. Previous gen was really fucked.
Yeah. Like, I would like to play it again on the PS5 so that I know what it's like to not be completely fucking buggy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's reasonable.
It won't happen.
No.
But maybe one day I'll play Jedi Survivor. Probably not. But, you know. I'll never say never. But it's just like, probably not.
Yeah.
By the time this podcast is out, this video will be out. But I did one final Dynamite video.
Oh, yeah.
Where I played just like bits of all the Ezio games and just chatted through it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this moment in Revelations because on the PS5 I hadn't really played like Revelations or Brother, so I just pretty much had to play the intros.
Yeah.
And in Revelations I'm like doing that tale through Masyaf.
Oh, yeah.
When you're like hunting down Leandros.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the moment I would go, this is the last time I'll ever probably be Ezio and in Masyaf.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, I might play it again, but like, probably not. This right now is probably the last like moment I'll play Assassin's Creed.
Mm.
And I was like, that's weird.
That is weird.
That's weird. Because I always thought it would be like the Ezio trilogy would be the game version of like the Lord of the Rings to me, in the sense of I watch Lord of the Rings at least once a year.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum once a year, maybe twice a year I watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
The whole trilogy. So it's just a yeah, it's a weird one. Speaking of, I need to watch it because I usually do a watch around Christmas. That's a Christmas tradition I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings on Boxing Day.
Nice. That's fun. That's good.
Yeah. At least I start it, and then I might, whether I can do the whole thing in a day, or I just watch Fellowship and then proceed over the next couple of weeks to watch the other two. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, I thought Ezio Trilogy would be that, and and it's not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But anyway,
No,
was there anything else major from the Game Awards?
No, not really. I mean, there was some cool trailers there, but we don't need to talk about every single cool trailer that was there. It was just
No
overall it was
surprises
good.
or anything.
I feel like there were a few little things here and there, but nothing that like would make for like a super interesting conversation. It was just like it was a solid event. It was a solid event. Despite the little like funny things that happen here and there, there was some nice announcements and stuff, and it was just like, yeah, it was just generally quite a good time. I enjoyed myself, so
Yeah.
it was fun. It was
Nice.
fun.
I in terms of video games, last week, I'm not sure if you've ever listened to Lex Friedman's podcast before.
I have not.
But occasionally, like he's been on Joe Rogan a few times. And I've seen clips of him pop up on my YouTube, and sometimes I'll watch him. Don't know him massively well, but always quite an interesting interviewer. And he had Todd Howard on his podcast last week.
Right.
And this is a guy that's had politicians to like athletes and people like that, musicians and all that shit. So to see like video game sort of thing, and they talk about the best games of all time. And he talks about making Skyrim, and because Lex goes, I think the greatest game of all time is Skyrim. And Todd's reaction to that was so interesting, where he like took that really seriously. He's like, wow, for someone to say they think the best game ever made is a game we made. He's like how humble he was. Todd Howard was not who I expected him to be in that sort of setting.
Yeah.
He was actually, I'd watched, I'm halfway through it now, but I'd watched a bunch of clips and then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to watch the whole thing. Super interesting, dude. The way he approaches games and the way he talked about Starfield and even the Elder Scrolls 6 and, you know, their thoughts on why they're making a Starfield and not doing Elder Scrolls next, or the way they were doing the Fallout Elder Scrolls cycle, and just that whole story behind it. I was like, it's so interesting. And now it changed of like Todd saying himself, he's like, I hate that it's been this long since we've done an Elder Scrolls game. He's like, if no one knew back then this is how long it would take, but the way games are made take longer and are bigger, and it just, you know, they couldn't have planned.
Yeah.
Because they, you know, most developers, you know, they went from making these big games, it only takes a couple of years, to now it's like, it takes a fucking decade. It takes so long to make these big games now.
True.
Because the technology's so insane, the expectations are so high, and the capabilities are so ridiculous. There's no way you can just build these things quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why when even you see something like the fact that God of War Ragnarok came out 5 years or 4.5 years after God of War 2018 felt mental. Even though that back in the day was that's a really long.
Everything will become clear. Everyone hates me.
Yeah. Oh God. Well, I just meant like 4.5 years to 5 years is a huge development cycle back in the day. In like the early 2000s era to 2010s.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh, that's a lot in between sequels. But now it feels like I'm like, fuck, that was fast.
Yeah.
That was really quick that they turned a AAA game around in 5 years to do a sequel. Same with Horizon Forbidden West. Horizon Forbidden West is probably the biggest shock. But that was a full 5 years. And it was like, but it blew me away. I was like, yeah, fucking, they can do this in 5 years. Unreal.
Yeah, true.
Unreal.
True.
But anyway, I feel like I'm just rambling on now at this point. We have our awards though.
We do.
I'd
that's
like to get into those with you, because I would like to get your thoughts on what your game of the year is, and among other things, more movies. I don't really care about the games. I've only played one. So I'm more interested to see. I guess I'm more interested to see yours because I don't know. Where is the form? Okay, I found it. Oh, great. Got a good amount of responses there. All right. Should we go in reverse order then?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, cool. All right. Sweet. So, the final As Always Awards, the 2022 As Always Awards, we're going to start with Clip of the Year, which I haven't looked, and I don't know the results of this. I hadn't looked at that at all. So, I'm excited. The nominees for Clip of the Year are Nick Has a Heart Attack After Playing Celeste.
Great clip.
That's a Clubhouse clip. Also nominated for Topic of the Year on the Clubhouse Awards. Four Pillars Podcast Gets Hijacked. My Old Political Takes Were Cringe. Why being a grower is better 100% of the time. Advertisement goes wrong.
Yep, there's some good clips.
Okay. Those are some good clips. Have you got the winners up? Do you know?
No,
Or-
I'm looking at the
good,
questions
okay.
page.
Yeah, don't even
just so I can
yeah,
see
don't
the
even-
list.
Yeah, don't even look. Okay, and the winner is
Ooh.
why being a grower is better
Hey.
100% of the time.
Great clip.
Great clip. I only saw it last week or last episode. Great clip. Really
Great clip. Such fun.
Okay, next up, podcast of the year. We have 6 nominations for this. The nominees are the As Always podcast, episode 157, with Random Side Quest, the Horizon Forbidden West preview, thoughts, and theories. Great episode. Bud House, 1.5 Final Mix, 4 Pillars podcast, episode 32. That was with George and I. Our Sleep Paralysis Stories, Nuke Tests Are Terrifying, and More, the 4 Pillars podcast, episode 36. The End of the 4 Pillars, the In Real Life episode of the 4 Pillars podcast, episode 39. The Clubhouse podcast, 147, The Cut Crush. And the Clubhouse podcast, 141, As Always, Airways. And the winner is the In Real Life episode of the 4 Pillars podcast, episode 39. The End of the 4 Pillars, question mark. So congratulations to that sad, but also great episode. And shout out to a close second, which was Bud House, 1.5 Final Mix, which is the famous George eating his burger while baked story. Oh, he can't find his burger. George loses his burger. Great story. Great story. Oh, the biggest award's next. The biggest award of the year is next.
Of course.
Blunder of the year. And the nominees are James deletes a 4 Pillars Discord. And that's it. And the winner is James deletes a 4 Pillars Discord.
Wow. Thank you all so much.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Can you give some sort of 9-minute?
Yeah.
Actually,
Have
can
you got
give a
9 minutes for me to give a speech?
Yeah. Could you please give a thank you speech?
I'm
James?
just-
I'm gonna set the timer for 9 minutes, and I want you to go for 9 minutes. I want you to go for 9 minutes. I want you to do a Christmas joke. I'm starting it right now. Here we go. Go.
Okay, well, first things first, I just really want to thank my wife for, being with me. She was my rock, as they say. I couldn't have really done it without her. And a funny story, actually, is that my brother, just a few years ago, finally graduated from medical school. And so he's now Dr. Welford. So, yeah, pretty big for me. My mum was very proud, of course, and obviously I was always the disappointment. But, he's not up here with this award the way that I am, voted on by the people. How has it only been 30 seconds? I can't do this for 9 minutes. I physically cannot do this for 9 minutes. How the fuck has it already... Okay. But I have so many people I want to thank for this award. Obviously I couldn't have done it without all the 4 Pillars Discord members. Without you, how could I have ever deleted the Discord? That's, a question to consider, to ponder on. For a little while is, without your contributions to joining the server and clicking that join button, clicking the invite link, how could I ever have deleted it? I couldn't have done it. It would still be here to this day, without anybody in it, of course, but we wouldn't really have got anywhere with that. So it's, it's one of those things. It just felt like the right time, to delete it. And I think everyone gave me the strength to do what needed to be done. In the best way that I could have done it, and it's something that I deeply appreciate, because how else where would we be? I don't know how Chris Judge spoke for 9 minutes straight. I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't know. I have been going for 1 minute and 46, and I'm already out. I'm out of ammunition. I've blown my load, to be honest with you.
Are you really quitting after less than 2 minutes?
And I just think it's crazy that he did a 9-minute speech. I have no fucking clue how the fuck he did that. I have no idea. I have no clue. I'm stumped already. It's been 2 minutes. And I feel like I've thanked everyone I need to thank. I feel like I've said everything I need to say.
I don't think this award meant anything to you then.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just so I've won too many awards in my time. Maybe over the As Always awards and the Four Pillars awards and everything. Winning Best Video of the Year every single year does take its toll on you.
So... I forgot that was a category. We didn't do that.
Yeah, we didn't do it this year.
Category.
No, but
Why did we do that?
But yeah,
I don't think I did. I didn't do a single video this year, did I?
Not a No, you got to do at least one, right?
What did I do this year?
The Hogwarts Legacy highlight.
No, there were only podcast clips. Those
you haven't made. You mean you haven't made a video?
No, the last video I made was Horizon Forbidden West. When I finally watched the demo.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really do it. I'll only have done. Well, I have done one. And it'll be out by now, but it's not out at the time of recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll have
because
I'm also editing something else that'll be on the advent calendar for you.
Yes, yeah.
Which is a nightmare to edit, bro. It's been fucked.
I'm so thankful that you're doing that.
Yeah. I actually think you would have ended it all.
I would have had a mental breakdown. I would have driven round to my parents' house, and I would have. I can't tell you the things I would have done. Some heinous things,
Because he doesn't know how to record game video, apparently.
No, he's been doing this for years.
Only been doing this for
doesn't know
10 years.
how to record fucking Elgato footage that doesn't skip around and glitch all the time.
For more of his life than he hasn't been. For most of his life, that young man has been doing this, and he can't fucking record game footage.
Yeah, that's true. But
I also had really short hair in these two last videos I did as well. Like the ones I actually made, the brutally honest thoughts on Halo Infinite.
Brutally honest thoughts.
And I finally watched the demo. Yeah, that's weird. That's when I cut all my hair. That was a weird point of heartbreak when I was like, "I'm gonna cut my hair."
Man.
Yeah, I look so different with short hair like that. I don't like it at all.
I think it works.
Look, it works because short hair doesn't go out of fashion. It's a staple.
Very
then
true.
You watch the Final Fantasy VII video I did before that, where I've got the long hair, and I'm like, this feels way more right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking back at 2021, and when I did the Dynamite show, that was such a fun time. I wish that was more of my channel's history.
Yeah.
I hate that we only got a short run because David obviously had to move overseas for work, or back overseas for work. So we pretty much had to wrap up the show because when I started the show, it was more just to have something for me to do in a way I like to do it, and it worked so well. But then it it only worked so well because David became a part of the show. He was just sort of supposed to... I thought, it might be fun for him just to be in the background for bits. But then he became like the co-host.
Yeah.
And then it became impossible to do it without him.
They were good
which
shows.
Which is a shame. If they were actually really good. I only did 9 or 10 or not even.
Yeah.
But they were actually really good. Like, we did skits. We did fun shit in it. Like, one of the episodes, we spent the second half of the episode... I made David play the first 20 minutes of Kingdom Hearts 1 for the first time because he was going on dates with this girl that loved Kingdom Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And he never played it. And I was like, bro, I'm going to give you a talking point for your next date before you go out with her. And it was like 2 hours before we went on this date and I made him play it and recorded that. We did the when video game character creation goes too far skit. Like, there's some weird shit. I did a drunk real life history of the Borgia family from Assassin's Creed section on there. And it was like my version of, because I was going to do like a truth episode with the real life history and do it a proper, like how I do it properly. But I was like, fuck it, let's do it in this context. And it was actually fucking hilarious just being able to talk shit and do it in a way more fucked up way.
Yeah.
Man,
that was funny.
Weird time. Weird. Anyway, it's all over now. It's all over.
It's all over, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's all over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just looking at all the thumbnails and stuff. What's your favorite thumbnail era for your channel?
Favorite thumbnail era? Well, I mean, the era that I am in is my favorite because it's why.
Would you say that's always the case?
What do you mean?
Like whatever era you're in.
Well, I mean, I guess so, but like I obviously I have a soft spot for like 2016 thumbnails, 2016, 2017 thumbnails. Those classic, the orange text. That was,
Dude,
that was a good time.
We look like babies in the thumbnails. Like when I used to do in 2020, the Valhalla era, I did always podcast highlights every week on the channel because you'd put the podcast on your channel and then I'd put the highlights on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd always put you and I in the thumbnails, but you and I look so young. And it was only 2 years ago. I've really aged, I feel like, in the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple years.
We're weathered.
Yeah.
Like, there's one where you really shaved down your beard. Was that when you did the drunk stream and shaved your beard?
Maybe, yeah,
you look
probably.
so
yeah.
young in that, bro. You look so young. PlayStation 5 pre-orders.
Yeah,
I look young
I'm
too.
looking at it.
Gross.
We got Robin on here. Oh yeah, what the hell? I look wow. I look just so like thin. It looks so weird because I'm so used to seeing the big beard that like really sort of bulks out my face. That's so weird.
But to be fair, like, it's not even that long, and then I'm like, oh, that's us, and that's like the story and modern day theories of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's like 4 videos later, and I'm like, oh no, that's us.
Yeah.
Whereas we both look so young for whatever reason in one thumbnail.
Oh,
and then all
man.
of a sudden I'm slicking back my hair, you've got your thick beard back, and then we look old.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Funny. So fucking funny.
Man.
I just saw a video further down in our podcast highlights, and and if you know, you know. That's all I'll say. It's not very far down, James.
Wait, what are we talking
PlayStation
about?
5 pre-orders one. Just go down to like the next row, and I'm just laughing at one particular one.
Oh.
If you know, you know, bro.
Oh,
If
good
you
times.
Know, you know, bro.
Good times.
Good times. Great times.
Oh, wow.
Great times. Anyway.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
The awards. Back to the awards.
Back to the As Always awards.
What's the next one?
The show of the year.
Mm-hmm.
There were some great shows this year.
Yep.
Great shows this year. So the nominees are House of the Dragon, The Last Kingdom, Cobra Kai, Dharma, 1899, and The Boys. What was your show of the year, James, before we get into the People's Choice?
My show of the year was definitely House of the Dragon. It's got to be. It's the show that week in, week out blew me away. I just didn't know how the show could get better, and then it would get better. And it was just, from writing to performances to just the way that it was shot. It was just a beautiful show. It was fucking brilliant. Has to be my show of the year.
Yeah. I'm with you. I just want to shout out, I thought there were some amazing shows. Cobra Kai keeps blowing me away. I just don't know how that show, after 5 seasons, is as good as it is. It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. The Last Kingdom's final season was really strong too.
Yeah, true. Very good.
But I just really want to give a shout out to The Boys, because that season 3 was fucking phenomenal. And I wasn't sold watching the second season, hey? Like, I was on season 2. I was like, this show's like it's good, but is it like what everyone's saying it is? No. And then I got to season 3. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. It
was so fucking great. Great show.
I'll have to watch
and
it.
The meme and the Homelander memes that have come since season 3 are just so fucking funny. You'd see them everywhere, I'm sure, James.
Mm-hmm.
I
have.
You'll know. Yeah, they're just so good in context. You need to watch the show. It's fucking hilarious.
I'll have to watch it.
But House of the Dragon, I mean, Game of Thrones in its peak was, I think, the greatest show ever made. And House of the Dragon harnessed all of that whilst creating its own identity. It's one of the best first seasons of television I've ever seen. And in context to Game of Thrones, as a Game of Thrones fan, I thought it hit a home fucking run. Love House of the Dragons. Without a doubt, my show of the year. And guess what, James? The people agree. The As Always 2022 show of the year is House of the Dragon. Mm-hmm. Congratulations. This is probably the biggest award they'll ever receive. because this is the biggest award show on the internet. So
It is, that is true.
congratulations to HBO and the Game of Thrones team for season 1 of House of the Dragon. I hate that we're gonna have to wait fucking 2 years for season 2.
2 years. Crazy.
And we'll come back for another As Always podcast just to talk about House of the Dragon. Do you know what?
Finally,
do you know
episode
what's gonna
175. Oh my god.
Can I just say that's going to be the thing when I'm going to get hit the hardest by the show being over.
Mm-hmm.
When I watch the next thing and I go, I can't wait to talk to James about this, whether it's a movie or whether it's a next season of a big show. Like, I feel like the first one will be like season 4 comes out.
We don't get to do our,
And I'm like, fuck. I really want to talk to you about it.
Yeah, that's
And obviously I can.
You absolutely can, yeah.
But like, let's say we got in a call and we talked about it for 2 hours, we'd be like, wish we recorded that.
Yeah, like it literally could have just been a podcast.
Yeah, I know. Which is a weird way to think about it. We're just gonna have to get used to being okay talking to each other. And not recording it.
It's weird, isn't it?
Because
you don't think that way about like conversations with other people. You don't think, we should have recorded that and put it on the internet because like that, why would you say that? But like with me and you, it's like if we have a good conversation, it's like that could have also been content too. Like
we haven't really fucked up friendship, James.
It's because it's what it's based on. Like we weren't friends and then made content. We made content and then became friends. So like it's this weird. It's this weird thing.
I felt like they happen in conjunction with each other, so they're just forever in unison.
Yeah,
like,
true.
We developed the reason we kept making we just made content once together. But then, like, became friends, so wanted to keep making content together, and vice versa, and it just sort of grew together. So it is what it is. Like you said, it's what an egotistical thing to say to just a normal friend that you have. We're really entertaining, and we should like record our conversations. Like, that's such a weird fucking egotistical thing to say. But with you and I, it's like no. We financially make money doing this. We know that you and I together having conversations is valuable. Yeah. And people are willing to pay for it.
True.
So our friendship is forever going to be, what's the point in this conversation without recording it?
It feels like a waste. It feels like we should be saving it for something that we now will not be doing.
But I feel like actively we're going to, as friends, work on that in the next 12 months specifically to break through that cycle.
Yeah,
there's things, behavioral things we all do that you need to break through. Like when you go out socially and you're out and about at like a bar or restaurant, or you go out somewhere to meet friends, you have to drink alcohol. That's like a thing people just do. Isn't that a weird cultural thing people do?
I guess
we've got to have a drink. If you're out with friends, you're drinking.
True. It is weird that that's just like a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's something a cycle I've really tried to break this year because I've very rarely drink. Like last night I didn't drink all that much, but I've got quite a hangover. It doesn't take much for me to get drunk these days because it's a rare thing I do. And I've really tried to cut that cord of social interaction, social occasion and alcohol. I've tried to disconnect that because I don't like that. I don't want that. So I've been trying to go out and actively not drink. I went on a pub crawl and had water the whole time. I had a great fucking time.
You fucking bitch.
I had a great dude. I had an awesome time. But I don't like waking up the next day and feel like shit. And it's more like physically I hate feeling like shit. It's awful, but it's more mentally like I just get too low. So I don't like. It's partly why I stopped drinking a lot is being depressed.
That's fair.
And it's just a habit I've broken, and I just enjoy life more, drinking way less. So it's only a rare occasion when I'm in really good spirits that I'll do it. But I try to avoid it mostly for that reason. But I've learned and have just such a good time anyway going out with my friends, and I don't have to drink even if they're all drinking. I can just have water, and I'll be fine. A soda water with lime is what I have. So I don't feel like a total bitch. Yeah. But it is a bitch, and I know that. But it's fine. I don't care.
No, that's good.
I got charged for it at a bar somewhere. They're like, it's $4.
Wow.
For fucking water and lime. And then I went back and I said, can I just get like a water refill on this glass with ice? And he goes, do you just want a fresh one? And I said, yeah, but I got charged $4 for this. And the guy goes, what the fuck? No, I'm not going to charge you for this. And I'm like, oh, great. And he goes, some fucking people, mate. And I'm like, I know. I'm like, you should be encouraging this at bars. Like a designated driver that's going to keep everyone else safe and get everyone else home safe. I'm pretty sure in the States, in the US, like that's a thing that happens at most bars is the designated driver gets free drinks.
That's pretty cool. The designated driver gets free drinks, like alcoholic
no,
drinks.
as in like they could get
and they're like, have all the cocktails you want. You're driving. Fucking Americans, man.
No, I more mean like if they
have 4 shots and a handgun.
You know what I mean? They're not gonna. They're not gonna. I just mean like they're gonna have whatever drink they want. If they want like Coke, soft drink, whatever, they're not gonna get charged for that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Because they're designated driver, and I think that's a good way to do it. We don't have that
good.
culture here. That they're like, we just want to squeeze everything out of you. That we're going to charge you $4. I'm like, what in this drink is $4? Is it the ice? Is it the carbonated water? Is it the small wedge of lime? Which part's $4?
Oh, that's
what
amazing.
the fuck is this bullshit?
Wow.
Oh, I was so pissed off at that. Anyway, what I was saying was we need to actively work on the way I've actively worked on not separating alcohol social occasions.
Yeah.
We've got to work on our friendship and talking without having to record it.
True. That is
being
going
like-
to be weird. I actually have not thought about it, but it is going to be weird.
Yeah, but I feel it's going to take work. Because
Yeah,
otherwise
definitely.
we'll be like, well, if we're not recording it, why even talk?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good. We need to talk.
Oh,
And
boy.
be like, I'm going to like start saying, like, James, I need to just call you every 2 weeks, even though we're not podcasting, and talk to you for 2 hours and not record it just to get used to it.
Just get it out your system, make it work.
Yeah.
I feel like it's way easier in person though. I don't feel like there's that
Of
weird
course
disconnect
it's-
in
oh,
person.
yeah,
It's like
in
just
person,
very
it's-
easy. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely just the way this is,
Yeah.
where we're on a call, and it's like, well, we definitely should record this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. True.
yeah. Anyway, House of the Dragon show.
House of the Dragon show of the year.
I've had some weird tangents today, James. What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, that's how it goes. I mean, last
Yeah.
podcast.
It is the last podcast. Well, we've still got Clubhouse to do, which will probably already be out by now, and I'm sure we just cried the whole time, or
Yeah.
I did because I'm
I
a
hope
fucking
so.
bitch.
That's what I want.
Yeah. And then we've got Four Pillars podcast next week.
Yeah.
The final one.
The final one.
All right.
Next
The
up.
next award. We have 7 nominees for Movie of the Year. I think we had some good movies this year. I mean, one of them's a bullshit joke that shouldn't be there. All right. The nominees are Top Gun Maverick, Elvis, The Menu, All Quiet on the Western Front, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and The Batman.
Nice.
James, what was your movie of the year?
Well, I've of course got to give the movie of the year to Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It was a masterpiece of cinema, and it's undisputed. And I would assume everyone thinks the same, and that's why it's won, right? I'm right?
No.
No. Damn it! Snubbed again!
There were some great movies on there. Obviously, The Batman's fantastic. That was really fun. I don't really think it's quite up there compared to some of these other movies. I thought Elvis was incredible. That was a phenomenal movie. Everything Everywhere All at Once, dude, I could not stop thinking about it for like a week afterwards.
It's a very, very good
and
movie.
When I went out of that movie, I was like, I felt like so weirdly introspective. I'm like, it felt like it changed my perspective on life. It's like I'd had some sort of like mushroom or acid trip or something, like coming out of it. It just felt like this euphoric experience.
Yeah. It's a very good movie. It was a very, very good movie.
Phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, it's phenomenal.
Definitely give it a watch. It's got a lot going for it.
But in terms of my favorite, in terms of what I just think is one of, I think it's the best action movie ever made, and that's Top Gun Maverick. I can't believe how good that movie was. I can't believe it. I was so excited for Top Gun. I've been talking about Top Gun for the last 2 years, 3 years when they first put out that trailer before COVID hit.
Yeah.
I was telling him, like, Top Gun, fucking Maverick, I can't wait. Tom Cruise, love him. And thank God we've got 2 more Mission Impossible movies. The next one coming out next year, fucking gonna slap. But
Nice.
Top Gun Maverick, holy shit! And
It's an incredible film,
you know,
man.
got you watched the first one and then you went and watched Maverick. Like, dude,
It was tremendous. It was very, 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 very good. It was.
I couldn't believe how much you liked it.
It was like it was just this very unique experience of like for a film, but also in doing a sequel of that nature so long after the first one in a way that's like not bad. Like it's just like it's so normal to see like, oh, a film from, you know, the 70s or 80s, they're gonna do a reboot or they're gonna do a sequel, a new modern one, and it just is like bad and sucks. But it was just like so good and stayed true to the original, like in a way that was so it's just something about it worked so well. But at the same time, it was also its own thing, and it tried to do something new, and it wasn't just the same film again, and it didn't just like play on nostalgia and go, remember when this happened? Well, it's happening again. It's like it's a different film. It's a new film, but it plays on all of like the cool parts of Top Gun that made it so iconic in the first place. It's such a unique film because there's not many really like it. And it was just terrific.
It felt like it was made with so much love.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you could just tell watching, you're like, these people that made this fucking love Top Gun. They loved making this. They loved the first movie. And they just know what they're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
And it came through the screen. Absolutely amazing movie. That's my movie of the year, is Top Gun Maverick. For sure.
Yeah,
for
reasonable.
Sure.
Very reasonable. I think, I mean, to be serious, I think for me, Top Gun Maverick would be there, but I do think The Menu has taken my favorite film I've seen this year.
I have not watched The Menu, so I can't comment. I will see The Menu.
It's very, very
From
worth
you, it's
watching.
great. Gaz has told me it's great. I'll have to go see it. I'll have to see it.
Yeah.
Is it on the streaming platform or is it in cinemas right now?
Not sure if it's come out of cinemas yet. I watched it in the cinema, but it might also be on streaming too. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was really good. Just like how it was written, like what it had to say for itself, and just like the way it was shot, the performances. It was just a really, really good film from start to finish. Just like very unique, very like clever, very just well made in a way that was like, yeah, just really resonated with me. Just had me like thinking about things that the movie was like saying, which was like really nice to experience that. So I think it just takes my pick for movie of the year, but Top Gun is very, very close behind it, definitely.
Yeah. The Menu. Fuck. Okay. I'll have to go check it out. It's a good cast.
Yeah, definitely.
7.5 out of 10 on IMDb, James. You love an IMDb.
Interesting.
score.
Very interesting. That's an interesting take, IMDb.
You take those things seriously, so.
Oh, you know how I love an aggregate critic score. I
do know. Oh, I do know.
I'm a big fan,
Yeah.
but only when it's in my favor. But yeah, very, very good. What's the film of the year though? What's the winner of this award?
The Batman one, because
Of course
our
it was.
viewers
You're all
are
a bunch of fucking
retarded.
cucks.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Do you even watch films? Like, which one should I pick? Oh, the only superhero one. Fuck all of you.
Yeah. But they'll also be all the same people that are like, I'm so sick of superhero movies. But I'm like, then watch anything else.
Just
but
go
you didn't,
watch
did
the
you?
other films.
Yeah. But they're like,
Yeah.
no, but the Batman was different. No, it wasn't. It wasn't that different. It was good, but it's...
It was different in that it was good, not different in that it was different. You know?
exactly. Correct.
It was a good superhero film.
There's never
not
been a movie
different
like
one.
it. I'm like, well, no,
There
hasn't.
absolutely has been many films like it.
Yeah.
And yeah, look, in the superhero world, yeah, like it is one of those
was
top,
really good.
It is one of those
Definitely
top movies, you know. I'd say it was like a Logan or something, you know. One of those films where like it stays with you and it's like a really strong. It's like what a superhero movie should be.
Correct. Yeah, it was fucking awesome. I loved it.
Terrific film, yeah, for sure.
But I mean, probably other than Sonic, the worst movie on the list.
Get fucked.
Yeah. Sonic is not as good as any of those movies, bro. It's not even in the
Sonic
same fucking
is an
category.
absolute
Go watch
masterpiece.
Fast
right?
and the Furious, you brain dead fucking
How dare
idiot.
you? Sonic is so much better than the Fast and the Furious. He is the Fast and the
Well,
snarky.
anything's better than fucking Fast and the Furious. They're fucking awful movies.
I mean, is anything better than Fast and the Furious? I don't know if anything is better.
yeah, anything's better. I'd rather watch fucking anything.
What
else.
about a global famine? That's probably worse.
I mean, movies, bro. I'm talking about movies, you idiot.
Nah, you're not. You mean everything.
A global famine. Global famine.
I'd say that's pretty bad. Jesus probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
He'd probably say that was, for a reason. But
Yeah, he would. He would say that's for a reason.
oh man.
So funny.
Well, there you go. Movie of the year.
Okay, movie of the year. All right.
Game of the year.
All right, here we go. Wow, this is close. There are 3
Nice.
games and it is tight.
Okay.
All right, Game of the Year awards. The nominees are Horizon Forbidden West, God of War Ragnarok, Elden Ring, Stray, Plague Tale Requiem, and Modern Warfare 2. James, have you played all of these games?
I've not played Modern Warfare 2.
Okay. You played Elden Ring?
I have indeed.
Okay. Why don't you tell me and explain to me what... I mean, my Game of the Year is Horizon Forbidden West is the only one I played on that
Yeah,
list. So
that's
there you go.
understandable. Very reasonable.
I did... But also, even outside of it, I did give it 10 out of 10. So maybe, unless Ragnarok I thought was better, I don't know if I'd played it, but... Horizon Forbidden West I thought was also fucking phenomenal. And probably in my top 10 all-time games. Probably in the 10 to 6 range, but still top 10.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
For sure.
But
Yeah.
but James,
Yeah.
you
My
break it down for me.
my game of the year is Horizon Forbidden West. I think it's the one that
Wow.
just did everything that I wanted the game to do. It did things that I just really enjoy. I think it perfected formulas that have been used before. It's not like an innovative game. It's not like an Elden Ring where it tries to do something quite different, but and even then I wouldn't say Elden Ring tries to do something different. It's a Souls game. It's just in an open world, which is like, people say that's like the most innovative thing ever, but like it's not really, is it? It's you're playing Dark Souls, but instead of walking through a level, you walk through a big field. It's not like that crazy of a concept. But I just think Horizon Forbidden West, yes, it's not the most innovative game of all time, but what it does do is it improves on Zero Dawn in the most incredible way. For someone that, was a huge fan of Zero Dawn for the, the lore, the world building, the character stuff. And I just thought, that was really good. It's not a perfect game. That has some issues, obviously, on a gameplay front and on a design front. Like, you might, the climbing's a bit dodgy at times. The skill tree becomes a little bit mundane and redundant the more that you go through it in terms of, like, how many skill points you get and stuff. But overall, like, it's such a good game. Like, from the combat to the boss fights to the exploration to the quests, the side stuff, the actual main story, Aloy's arc, the soundtrack. There's just so much about the visuals. Like, it's a gorgeous game. It did everything in a game that I really wanted from it, and it did everything in a sequel that I wanted from a sequel. And it just stands out to me as the game that I had the absolute most fun playing and have the least criticisms for out of the nominees. I think
that's really what decides anything for James for Game of the Year. It's like, have you got more time? It would be easier for him to explain what he doesn't hate about the game. It would take less time than he does hate about games.
Yeah, it's which
like,
one
do I have
is the
do you
least
hate the
bad?
least?
Which one's the one that has the least issues? Not
Well,
which
'cause
one
James
has the
hates
most good
everything.
things. It's true.
Yeah,
It's true. I do hate everything. And that's just how it is. But
Lasers, why can't you say nice things about Assassin's Creed?
True.
Stop making me feel stupid.
Oh man.
But I'm with you. Like, Forbidden West was... I just had so many games in the last few years. I just spent so much time trying to rush through just so I can play the story. Because I'm like, fuck, I just need to get through this because I'm never going to finish if I don't just play the story. But Forbidden West was that game. I was like, I made time for it. I literally was like, didn't do things I should have been doing. Because I'm like, no, I'm going to make time to play Horizon Forbidden West because I wanted to do all the side stuff as I went. I was like, I knew once I finished the story, I'm not going to spend time doing all the trophies or anything, but I'm going to make the most of while I play it. So I really took the time doing side quests, getting collectibles, getting like gear, armor while I went through the story, exploring all the areas. Really enjoying the experience. And I just adored the world. Like you said, it had all the things you want from a sequel. In terms of story, in terms of character, in terms of world building. Loved it. Blew me away. I didn't think they could capture that like aura of the first game again, but they did in like a refreshing new way by not trying to do it again, but letting it be its own. But also building from that first one in such a unique way. But then I think in just by itself, the world they built in this game individually was so fun to explore and be in.
Yeah.
Way more than the first.
Yeah.
Where I just want, like, you go to, like, Vegas. Now, like, when you go back to that area after you've explored it, like, you want to go back and visit places again.
Yeah, definitely.
And you see the different lights and, like, the set pieces they designed in different parts. I'm like, memorable bits, memorable moments.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole game. Like, it's a game I can't forget because it's just full of memorable moments, set pieces, music. It had everything.
Yeah.
What a great game.
It's the way that it builds on the first game is one of the reasons why I love it so much. The way that it's not just the separate other thing. It doesn't, like, it does its own thing in a new way, but in a way that builds off of Zero Dawn intrinsically. Like, it's not disconnected. It's not this completely separate thing. Like, tonally and design-wise and world-building-wise, it feels like a direct extension and continuation of Zero Dawn. And I think that's one of the biggest issues I have with God of War, is that Ragnarok doesn't feel like that to me. Ragnarok feels very... way like, it just feels different. It feels like a different tone. It feels like a different world. It doesn't feel like I'm playing in the same space that I was in 2018, and it leaves me with this disconnect. And tonally too, like, tonally Ragnarok is just like, it lays into being way more funny, and like everyone's sort of like quite quippy, and like it's like it does feel like a Marvel film at points.
Yeah, okay.
And it has those...
And Loki.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it has those tropes. And it's
There's
not...
another movie, game,
bad,
show
but...
where I fucking... There's people playing Thor or Loki, dude. I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I'm fucking over those two cunts.
Oh, my God.
I'll tell you that right now. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. And I think just that Horizon Forbidden West does a great job of building on something that I already loved in a way that, like, really is authentic to that first experience. And that's why it's just my pick. It's just so special to me for that reason, because I think it just captures everything just right, improves on it just right, and, you know, takes it in a new direction in a way that, like, makes it, you know, separates it while not separating it, if that makes sense. And I just think it's just really very, very strong, and it's exciting to see where they're going to go in the third one.
That is, yeah. I don't know. I hope I'll play it. I hope I'll play the third one, because that is one I would like to make time for, especially remembering how good, you know, Forbidden West and the first one was. Yeah, because it's just such a great franchise to play. Mm-hmm. So, add it to my list of things I would like to play going forward, which is Kingdom Hearts, Horizon. And then if there's another Red Dead, I have to play that.
Yeah, right. Sure. Yeah, Red Dead.
I'd have to play Red Dead. To be fair, like, I feel like GTA or Red Dead, like, everyone that's male and under 35 has to play.
Yeah, it's one of
you know
those,
what I mean? Like,
one of those games.
It's one of those games. Like, I do, like, it's cultural. It's not
yeah.
A video game industry community thing. It is a cultural thing to play Red Dead or GTA more specifically.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure I'll play whatever Rockstar put out next. Mm-hmm. Out of those two. Uncharted? Last of Us? If there's a Last of Us Part 3, surely, I guess I'm not done with games, bro.
Yeah, I guess you're not. I guess you're going to be dipping your toes back in.
But, like, you would have thought I would have played God of War.
Yeah.
Then, right?
Well, I just made you not want to.
Well, I don't want to anymore now. Like, because I did say I'm not going to play it when it comes out, but I might play it later. But I'm like, now I just don't even want to.
Yeah,
because you made me like
Ethan and George were all like, no, it's good, but then spent the whole podcast talking about how it's not.
Yeah, and I just sort of was like, yeah, okay, well, I'm not going to play it then, am I? That's just disappointing. Yeah, but I guess I'm just not excited about it. And also, it's come out at a bad time. I also think that factors into when any of these games come out. Like, if they come in at a time where life's really... Like, right now, life is so fucking hectic that I feel like I don't have time for anything. Like, when we do these... I'm like, we're doing them at different weird times. Because I'm like, there's no other... Like, literally, like, can we do another day? No. I have these 2 hours, and that's it for the week. So we do it now, we don't do it. Like, that's sort of how it's been. So it's just so crazy. But if they come out at a time where it's not as hectic, then I can jump in. So that was just, I feel like God of War was victim to that. Whereas when Forbidden West came out at the start of the year, I had the time I could make to play it.
Yeah, true.
So, but I think of The Last of Us Part 2, that was such a incredible game experience. I can't imagine not wanting to play a third one. You know, if it is a proper sequel with Ellie and other characters involved. We'll see. But there's games out there. But Kingdom Hearts 4 to me is, I don't care what's going on in my life. I have to play that.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts. Oh man, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, fucking Kingdom Hearts 4, bro. I just can't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When do we think that's coming out?
2024 maybe.
You reckon we'll hear about
at the
it?
latest?
You reckon we'll get another trailer this year? Or next? Well, I say this year. In the next
2023.
year.
Yeah, definitely. I reckon so. Easy. I think it'll be out 2024 at the latest. I think it's
At
coming
the
sooner than
latest?
we think. Yeah, I think so. Because it's already been in January it'll have been 4 years since Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, which is fucking insane.
That's wild.
That's very, very, very strange. When I started playing Kingdom Hearts, that was 4 years before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. So it will be longer since KH3 came out than when I started playing Kingdom Hearts when KH3 came out, which is weird.
Yeah. Yeah, that is bizarre. I mean, most of my life has been spent in a pre-Kingdom Hearts 3 world. As in, I'm waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3, 13 years between 2 and 3 that I waited. At the time, it was more than half my life I'd been waiting between the second one and the third.
Yeah. Crazy.
And now I'm like years later, post 3, waiting for 4. And that just feels... That hasn't really ever sunk in, even now. I'm like, no. I'm still waiting for 3. I wonder what happens in 3.
And that's crazy. It's crazy that it's done. The DLC came out. KH4 is on the horizon.
It is.
It's weird.
Yeah. Exciting. But we should announce the real winner of the Game Award. Yeah.
We should.
So the audience picked... So third, because 3 particular games got pretty much all the votes.
Right.
And coming in third, relatively close to second, was Elden Ring. So congratulations to Elden Ring. Now, the first and second very close. By 2 votes, the winner is, for Game of the Year, God of War Ragnarok. Second being Horizon Forbidden West. So congratulations to God of War.
Well, there you go.
There's a tight race between it and Horizon.
I mean,
so the people think God of War is great, James. So
yeah, people do think that. But in a retort to that, I would just like to give a shout out to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. So thank you all so much for your votes.
Yes, true.
Appreciate you.
True, that's true. But also, we established in the movie of the year voting that our audience are dumb. So I don't know if I can go by their voting. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Everyone's dumb but me.
Yeah, well, that's how I like to think.
The reality that I live in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
right.
better than everyone. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm right, they're wrong. I'm better than everybody.
Yeah. Exactly. Taking up, after Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I am the Son of God, in fact.
You're the Son of God.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. You sound like Kanye West. How weird's that been?
Oh my
Can we
god.
how weird has
Yes.
just Kanye been, bro?
Blimey.
Just absolutely bizarre.
So strange. So fucking strange. Like, he's always been, like, a fucking idiot. But, like, my god, recently. That the stuff that man has been saying. Jesus Christ.
Have you seen Bill Burr's bit on Kanye from years ago? And I always find it so funny.
Oh, yes. I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah. It was on Twitter.
Next time Kanye's going off on himself, I'm telling you, just close your eyes, forget it's him, and really listen to what is coming out of this guy's mouth. He says shit like, I'm a genius. I'm a god. I'm Shakespeare. My biggest regret is I'll never get to see myself perform live.
The greatest comedian in the
That's
world.
a direct quote. My biggest regret is I'll never get to see myself perform live. Dude, you put that ego in a white dude that is ich bin einen in the Streifel. What's the Blitzkrieg? What's a superior race?
Oh, man.
I will return to Deutschland first.
Oh, man. It's funny how accurate that is, too. My god.
Well, it's a much longer bit, and he's done a few things on Kanye, but he talked about the first time I really heard about Kanye, and it was from his wife, because Bill Burr's wife is African American,
Yeah.
and she's like watching Kanye in the other room, and he hears Kanye talking on some talk show. And he goes, I didn't see him. He didn't know like what he looked like. He didn't know it was Kanye. He just heard what he was saying from the other room without context. And he's like, I got like chills, like concerned chills of like, I don't know who's talking right now, but this is terrifying what they're saying.
Yeah.
And he's like, so I walk in the other room, I see what my wife's watching, and I go, oh, thank God. It's a black guy. And he's like, and I only mean that in the sense of like, white people aren't going to let him get into power. He's black. He's like, but if you put that in a white guy, then you've got Hitler. But he's like, oh, we're safe. He's black. There's no way he's going to get to the top. I'm like, that's so bad, bro.
Oh, man.
That's so bad. It's so
That's
bad that
funny.
he's probably not wrong because the world is fucked.
Yeah. I mean, that's why it's funny.
Oh, God. It is why it's funny.
It's funny because it's bad.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
But I laugh very hard when Bill Burr says it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Very true.
Oh, God. Yeah, Kanye's been absolutely... What a weird last segment on the As Always podcast.
Very
ever.
fitting, I think.
Kanye.
Yeah. You know.
And some... Yeah.
Absolutely wishing Kanye the best. Big
Yeah.
shout out.
Big shout out to Hugh Janus as well. I just wanted
Big
one last-
shout out to Hugh Janus.
Yeah.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
What do you think Joe's doing now?
The gaming sheep.
The Game and Sheep, our former co-host from the first episode all those years ago.
God, I do not know. This will be an incredible segue into like we've actually got him on the call, but
Yeah,
we don't.
Yeah. What was your life like when we started this? Because what was it? August 31st or August 30th?
August 30th.
August 30th, 2014.
2014.
I was 18. I was still living with my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 6 months from moving out. And then I remember I'd never done anything like this. So I'd always recorded my video, obviously, when it suited me, like through the day, probably when family wasn't home. But I was like so nervous to be talking to people online from YouTube and to be recording some with other people. And I was sort of like, I might have had 1,000 subscribers. You might have had 2,000, like, and I was like, oh, this is another big channel. Like, I'm super nervous. I wrote on a white piece of paper, do not disturb, and put it on my door so no one would interrupt. Like, I told, like, before I went into my room, I was like, because it was late at night for me. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm doing this, like, thing with other people. Like, it'll be really cool, like, live. It was just such a weird experience. And then the next day was the first time I, like, felt like I'd done something really cool on YouTube.
Yeah.
Where, like, you'd search Assassin's Creed, it was on the top search results page for a while, and we got lots of feedback, we got thousands of views, we had just, like... And we had such a great time doing it. What for you, where was your life at that point?
Well, it was 2014 was a year where I finally sort of my YouTube channel, because I've been doing it for a while, like in various forms, and then I started Lasers as obviously it was Game of It at the time in 2011. So I've been doing content since 2011 and not really getting anywhere with it. It took me like 3 years to hit 1,000 subscribers, and that was all because me and Luke put out Defy, and that was really cool.
Oh, dude, the parody songs,
the parodies,
so good, dude.
Yeah,
so good, dude.
And 2014 was the year where I because I made a video at the end of 2013 after I finished Assassin's Creed Liberation, and it gave me like
Assassin's
this
Creed Liberation.
big shout out to AC Liberation. I
Absolutely couldn't finish the As Always podcast without mentioning that.
And I finished it, and I had like this idea for the modern day. I was like, oh, that's interesting, because like they mentioned like there was a thing about Eve, and so like I just like made this whole theory video, and it's called like the entire story of Assassin's Creed Explained, which absolutely does not make sense as a title for that video, because that's not what the video is. But you can still go back and watch it, and it did really, really well. I remember it was my first video where like it wasn't just like something that it was just like it was something that was just me. Like I sat down, made a video. It was based on my thoughts, and like it performed well, and it got 100,000 views. And I remember after that, I was like, I'd like to do more of that. I feel like I have a lot to say, and like I'd spent a lot of my YouTube channel making Minecraft videos and just like random Let's Plays and shit, and like just like little vlogs here and there. And I was like, I could talk about Assassin's Creed. I've been playing this since it came out. Like I have valuable input. So 2014 was the year where I started making news for Unity, and like my channel started gaining traction, and like I hit 5,000 subs that year very, very quickly. You know, by the end of the year I was on like 7,500. And so it was this year where, you know, I got into this new community, and like I was getting pretty good views, and like I was building a community, and like it was the first time where I felt like what I was doing mattered in an external way. Like it always mattered to me, but it started to matter to other people too, and it felt really good. And that's when, you know, we got together in August, and me, you, and Joe sat down on a call, and, you know, I was playing through random AC games while we were just sitting for like, you know, 3 or 4 hours, I forget how long it was, talking about, you know, Assassin's Creed Unity and our speculation for it and everything. And for me, like, I'd done stuff like that before, like in the time, like I'd had a lot of friends in the Minecraft community that I, you know, had come to know that had similar channel sizes to me and stuff, you know, a few hundred subscribers. So I'd already got to know like people, and I'd done collabs before, but it was like a different thing of like, because, you know, the one thing that I was very passionate about back then was Assassin's Creed, and being able to talk to like a couple other people that also felt that way about Assassin's Creed was very different, because I'd never had that. Like, Luke played them and he was into them, and George played them, but like he was a lot younger than me, and at the time like we couldn't have like extensive like conversations, because he didn't really like. It wasn't like he was into it the way I was into it.
He's a snot-nosed kid.
Exactly.
Just say it. Just call a spade.
And so it was just nice. It was nice to get on a call, and me, you, and Joe just sit down and talk about Assassin's Creed. And you can see like we're getting to know each other, like gauging our opinions. Like, oh, who's your favorite character? Like, which one's your favorite game? What's your favorite combat system? Like, you know, favorite parkour and stuff.
By hour 2 and 3, we're like, dude, what about Ezio's box up? What do you think's in there? And we're like diving into the nitty gritty, the real theories.
Yeah, and it was just like really fun that it was like, wow, these people play these games the way I play them, and like they really overthink all this dumb shit, and like it was just really, really good. And I think it definitely was a thing that solidified, this is what I want to do. Like I want to be in this Assassin's Creed community, and I want to keep doing this for as long as I would like to do it. And it just, you know, it just worked, and it made sense, and we, you know, I kept doing it for a while, and eventually you grow out of it and you want to do other things. But for that for that period of time, like 2014 to, you know, 2018, around that sort of period, and obviously, you know, we dip our toes back in with Valhalla and stuff, but 2018 was really where we sort of were like, okay, let's, you know, I'm kind of done with this. But for those few years, 2014, 15, 16, 17, it was all kind of spurred on by that. You know, that doing that first collab we did, where it like really felt like, this is a good community I want to be a part of.
I'm back in the 2014 like videos on my channel, and just seeing the thumbnail era, the types of videos I was making, because I'd been doing Assassin's Creed content for 2 years by this point. Like I did, and I was always talking about, like, I didn't really do, like you sort of started with a few other things Doctor Who, Minecraft. You did other things. Whereas
True.
when I started doing YouTube, it was Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed 3, then Black Flag, and then it was to Unity. So at this time, I was doing Black Flag, like multiplayer videos, news updates for the next Assassin's Creed that ended up being Unity. Probably a video or two of Rogue. I remember doing my thumbnail for Assassin's Creed Rogue, Gamescom, both demos. It looks shit, is what I called it. That's because I was just like hating. I hated on Rogue so much before it came out. I was like, "What the fuck? This is dumb as fuck."
That's funny.
And I even made a video called "Why You Should Not Buy It," and I had years of comments of people like getting angry at me, for saying that, and even people like after it came out going, "Haha, this video aged like milk," and I'm like, "No, it didn't.
It's absolutely more valid than ever."
Yeah, but they like literally thought by the game coming out that they were validated because they thought it was good. I'm like, no, I still think I'm right.
Yeah.
I still think you're a dumb fuck.
Oh man.
But then I also look at thumbnails where I started because I didn't do a face reveal until this year.
2014.
It was 2014. I think it was the Arno Master Assassin trailer. I think that was my first.
Oh, that's the one where you're like, that's the one where the mind fuck
We're
meme comes from. And we're all us AC followers, aren't we?
AC followers, aren't we? Yeah, dude. I look like a baby.
You actually, wow.
I look like a chubby fucking baby.
Oh man, you
The
had
old-
those
the classic
posters
Tournament
behind
intro.
you.
Or the AC full intro.
Oh man.
Dude, how young do I look?
Oh man. Back in the day.
I was 18.
Oh, man.
Wow. I look 3 years old. I look so young.
That's so weird. 2014.
Dude, watching myself. I can't believe I have this documented in my life.
I know.
Like,
it's really cool to look back on and be like, wow, I have so much footage of my life.
yeah.
And like, yeah, it's curated footage. It's not like, just, candid or anything, but it exists and it's weird.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
dude. I'm so animated and passionate while I'm talking.
I know.
Yeah. I'm so enthralled by watching myself. I'm not even listening to it. I'm just like watching. I don't know what I'm saying. I had a Rooster Teeth poster in the background, an Achievement Hunter poster, a Hobbit poster, a GTA 5 poster. So dumb. This is like the bedroom at my parents' house that I grew up in. My first piece to camera, so weird. That's so weird for some reason to see. Yeah, that's what I was making when I first met you and we started doing the first thing. Like first podcast and all that sort of stuff. And when the games would come out, I did like achievement guides. I did a vlog unboxing the Bastille edition of Unity after the midnight release. And the thumbnail, for some reason, there's a couple of videos that thumbnails have deleted. So it's just now a random shot from the video because the custom thumbnail's deleted. So I don't know where the fuck that went. You just see a fucking Kallax IKEA unit in my parents' house. And
That's amazing.
So dumb. But we did a Let's Play co-op together. It got 6,000 views 8 years ago, you and I. That was the first game video that wasn't a podcast you and I did together.
Yeah, I remember recording that.
That was fun, dude. We had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, I remember doing that one. Oh, man.
This was the beginning of me cutting Joe out, and we hadn't even done the first episode yet, because I knew I was like, nah, this is... it's James and I. We have a different level.
Oh, man.
And it was the first time I'd ever done a video like this where if I ever did anything playing with someone else, it was only ever my footage, but we actually did it where it was both of our footage and we could cut back and forth.
Yeah.
Like, that was really cool. I thought at the time, I'm like, that's so cool. We can do that.
Yeah, it was good. It's weird looking back at my channel in 2014. I kind of miss it because it's like this
Me too.
nostalgia of like, I obviously like it's not the
Life
case
was so
because
simple.
you look back at it and you think, wow, everything was just easy, simple, and I was happy 24/7. It's not true.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
But like that's how I picture it. I'm like
I-
2014, I literally didn't have a care in the world. Everything was so easy. I was having so much fun, and that was my life.
Yeah. Well, it's just you had so much hope, you know?
Yeah.
So much hope. When you're making YouTube videos, it's so early days, you're like, the sky's the limit. And
Yeah.
then, like, the further you go and the more you learn about life, and the more you learn about anything, really, you just learn that the sky isn't the limit. And there's walls and there's roofs to everything. It's I mean, not necessarily true, and it's probably not a good way to look at life, but it's definitely, like, it's hard not to sometimes the older you get. It's that line of like from Born and Raised. It's I still got dreams. They're not the same. They don't fly as high as they used to.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
ain't that the truth?
True.
Ain't that the truth? The older
Very
you get, you're
true.
just yeah. It's so
Dude.
yeah. There's so many lines in that song. I dropped one on David the other day because he was saying something to me, and I'm like, yeah, that's a whole new life lesson. And then I dropped a lyric on him, and he goes, "Fuck." How does that song and album mean more now than it did before?
Yeah.
Like, I know.
Oh man.
It's just one of those things. But yeah, back at that time, I just sort of liked making everything and just wanted to, you're waiting for that next thing to blow up, that next video to be the breakout, that next moment. I was AC follower in 2014, and it was at the end of 2014 I turned it into Dynamite.
Yeah.
And that could have killed my channel, but it just went so well. And the first video I did as Dynamite was how Unity should have ended. And then I did Free Roam for Justice episode 1, The Dark Knight Rises. And I got 12,000
Classic.
views. And I was like, how the fuck did that work? And then that started the most autistic fucking series I ever did. But also maybe top 5 favorite things I ever did on content creation, Free Roam for Justice.
Yeah, definitely.
So much fun.
Definitely.
So much fun. How fucking good.
Oh man. It's so crazy. It's just so crazy looking back at all these videos. And I got like, just news videos here and there, like you've got random like, lasers log, little let's play things here and there. Videos with me and Luke doing dumb shit.
I'm looking at myself,
Oh,
like
man.
my thumbnails. I'm like, oh god, what's wrong with you? I'm so glad I fixed myself.
Man. It's so weird looking at the thumbnails. Like,
The burger challenge.
oh, that's a classic.
That's a 2015 fucking banger right there.
That is such a classic video. 2015 was a weird year. Felt like a bit.
Assassin's Creed Chronicle trailer info and predictions.
Oh my god.
Oh god, I can't believe I did that.
Oh my god. Man.
Yeah, we do this so often, and I felt like we've been doing this a lot in the last.
I know.
Oh, dude, Stick It Time, my podcast with Lasers, part 1 and part 2. Does that count as podcasts we did together?
Oh, I
Does
guess
that-
yeah, it does.
does that
And
count
also
as
then
the
you got to
titles?
count Deep in the Bowels, the 2015
Bowels?
E3 one we did.
Yep.
Yeah.
See what I mean? There's just these random ones we've done that
Yeah.
we forget.
True.
Because that's just this podcast, Stick It Time, but I was interviewing you.
Yeah.
How weird are those thumbnails for it too?
Oh, I love those. Are amazing. That's my favorite thing ever.
Fucking hell. Fucking Stick It Time, bro.
Oh
What in the
man.
world?
We did so much shit. Just so much shit. We've been here. We've been here
So
for
much.
so long. Like we really have. Like it's crazy when you think about it. Like my channel has been around for 11 years. It'll be 12 years next year, which
Yeah,
is a
mine's been
long
10
fucking
years.
time.
10 and a half years. Yeah, it's so long.
God.
So long. Yeah. It's just such a huge part of our lives. Yeah, because
Really
the 2015 E3 preview is a Stick of Dynamite and also Deep in the Bowels.
Yeah, it's both. Yeah, crossover. Oh man,
I did one with just the Game and Sheep.
that's so weird.
I did like my Italy vlogs as well.
Mm-hmm.
In that, or release that, because I went on that trip in 2014. Dude, what the fuck are some of these videos? First time any of us ever talked to Ethan. like
Yeah.
on a call was Stick of Time, my podcast episode 5 with Ethan.
Yeah.
7 years ago. I wonder what he sounds like. Surely he sounds so different.
You guys sound
He'd
super
probably
young.
have like, yeah. The height fetish part.
Oh my god.
This is when swag was a thing.
Yeah, swag.
Yeah. I'm trying to find where he talks and when I'm not talking. Dude.
Oh, I found.
Wow,
Yeah.
he sounds so different. That's so
Everyone
funny.
knows who I am, but nobody watches my videos. How the tables have turned.
What's
Wow. That's what he said. He said, everyone knows who I am, but nobody watches my videos. Which is
that? Oh, yeah.
the absolute opposite of the truth now.
Oh, my God. He has the biggest channel.
Ethan is
Who'd have
huge. Crazy. It's
He
so
might be a guy that gets
crazy.
to 1 million subscribers. This guy,
Like
this
we
kid I was talking
like
to.
Ethan literally used to be like in our chat, and he would be so like around so often
was a
that
fan.
we
He was a
recognized
fan.
him. Like we'd have that segment hashtag Ethan joins, and people were like, yeah, get Ethan on for the last 5 minutes of the podcast or whatever, and we'd get Ethan on, and he was just like, he just wasn't like, he was just like a guy. He was just a guy that watched our stuff, but then we ended up becoming good friends, and his channel's done so well, and like
Yeah.
he's it's
and
so
to
weird to
think
think
back,
there was a time where
2015
we knew him, but he was just a viewer. Like he wasn't, you
He was a
know,
viewer of ours, yeah.
fishy like, you know, what he is now. So weird.
He was
so weird.
Ethan Woodgates, and he was just this kid that made that weird trailer you brought up to me, and I'm like, I gotta get this kid on the podcast.
Man.
And he was just a kid, and in the comments, one of the top comments, Ace99, Billy, with his like Connor meme, I could not stop laughing at the height fetish part. That's a Billy comment. Dude,
Oh
I had
my
dinner with
God.
Billy last Sunday. We went and got wings.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, Billy, I became good friends with, you know? And he was a viewer. And
That's
he lives,
so
yeah,
weird,
like
yeah.
20 minutes from me. Yeah. Like,
There's
isn't that just-
Ordle in the comments.
Is
and
it
he,
in the comments?
and he's uploaded 1 year ago. He uploaded a Destiny video. So he still uses his
Whoa,
Ordle
dude.
account.
Does he
Wow.
talk in it, or is it just a clip?
He's got a link.
Oh, it's just a clip.
Shit. His Twitter's not a thing anymore. Damn it. Damn, I thought I'd be
Yeah,
able
so
to
he's not
find
talking
him.
in it. It's just a Destiny clip. Like, it must just be like a place he saves something.
Yeah. If you go onto his Twitch, his about page is Dr. Ordle streams Assassin's Creed Unity.
Oh, God.
That's his about section. That's funny. Oh man.
Well, he might not be dead, Ordle.
Yeah.
He might be alive.
Man.
That's so funny. And just to see you and Ethan in the comments of the video, just like at the time, whatever, who gives a fuck. And now it's like 2 ticked massive channels.
Oh yeah, that's so weird looking at that. It's just, we're just sort of there.
Yeah. How stupid. Like 343,000 subscribers on Ethan's channel. 190,000 on your channel. What the fuck, guys?
It's so weird to reflect on that and to be like, wow. Like we've done bits. And, you know, if I could show myself from back in the day, my channel now, it'd be like, fucking hell. You know,
Yeah.
really achieved something.
Yeah.
That's great.
You guys definitely did. I mean, I feel like I did too. In a
Yeah,
different
we all
way.
did. We all did.
I mean, I feel like this. The channel. I feel like my achievement was more what I did with you and the boys,
Yeah,
like all the podcasts and everything.
for sure.
But it's all of it collectively. Like it all exists in our community space that we built, and that's
Yeah.
what counts. Like anything I did, from our podcast, from a channel, from even David. Like, I feel like his music was a thing I did as a part of the community, and we shared with the community. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. I was doing Ruthless Productions
Oh my god.
for 5
Ruthless
minutes.
Productions. That is a classic. That is absolutely a classic. Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah. Just so.
Man, I do look back on these days and I do miss it at how like it just looks easy. Like I'm looking at it and I'm like, God, I do miss how easy it was to do. I wish that like I don't wish I could still do it because obviously I'm way more proud of what I do now. But at the same time, like there was something just so relaxed and laid back that I miss about it. And it's not sustainable and you can't do that forever because eventually that's gonna, dry up. But it was fun. Like you could just throw on the mic, talk about a new piece of AC thing, and then just people would rock up and be like, "Oh yeah, I think this or I think that," and just be like, it just like the vibes were just so chill, and it was just like I guess it was a product of its time. It's one of those things that for it to be something you look back on fondly, it has to end at some point. Obviously, the stuff I make now, I'm way more proud of. I think it's really good, but you look back at the stuff and I'm like, man, I could just do fucking anything and it didn't matter.
Yeah. Dude, we interviewed Victoria Adkin from ACC.
I can't believe we did that. So weird. We interviewed we were just a couple of dumb fucking kids and we got Victoria Atkin on the podcast.
How? And we took ourselves so seriously.
We
so
really
much more seriously
did
than we do now.
Oh man. It'd be so funny if we did another interview with her. Oh, that would be.
Oh my god. Fucking weird. We really took ourselves so seriously.
Oh my god. God damn.
This is mental. Yeah. I do miss those days. But like, I'm with you. I wouldn't want to go back. But at the same time, it's like, those were good. Those were the good old days.
Yeah.
You
don't know you're in the good old days until you're not in the good old days anymore.
That's true.
Yep.
You're right on that. Yeah, fuck, it was fun.
It was very fun.
Really fun. We did the Division videos. Yeah, remember we did the streams, you, me, and George? Mm-hmm. We did the Dark Zone video
that
together.
Was
you
funny.
And I on the beta.
That was
so
funny.
fucking awesome.
Oh man, good times.
Fuck yeah, dude. We've done some fun videos. Do the multiplayer battle.
Oh, what a classic. God, that was fun. I called you out.
From 2016 to 2017, we built that up for 12 months.
Yeah. Oh, man.
The I Call Out Lasers video.
That was so funny.
Grapefruit Technique with Super Rebel. All-time classic clip.
Classic.
Season's Origin of Freedom for Justice. Jesus Christ. The promo I did, and then I didn't tell you about it. I just made some training documentary promo where I was getting interviewed. Leading into our multiplayer battle.
That was good. Those
tough training camp.
That multiplayer battle was amazing. The build up and everything. It just was great. It was really really good.
I was wearing our shirt. And I covered your face with a sticky note and with fuck face that I wrote on it. I'm doing star jumps, doing thumb training techniques. Oh, God, that's so funny. Oh, that's so hilarious. You and I look like babies as well. Oh, my God. It's so cute. So cute. That's funny. Gabe Graziani, we had him on the podcast too.
We did. We did do that.
Oh, God.
Man.
Funny. Yeah,
God,
we'll talk about that many times.
We have done so many things.
So many things. And this was just before we started Clubhouse too, because we were the build up to the movie, the AC movie.
Yeah. The build up to the AC movie. And that was the first ever Clubhouse episode, was the spoiler cast for the AC movie. Amazing.
Yes, it was. Dude, we were doing so many videos. I was doing 4 videos a week. 4 or 5 videos a week. What? I forget that I had phases where I was into it.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Free Run for Justice season Zorigin. And then I knew I had them planned out because I'd pre-made the whole series. So they came out every Monday or whatever. And I'm looking at episode 1 to 2. There's 4 videos in between that. So I'd done 4 videos that week and then the next week. That's so many.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
What the fuck? People watch this shit. That's the crazy part to me. Like, all these videos suck.
Oh man, it was a good time.
Oh my god. The origin build up. Assassin's Creed Empire, the Brotherhood system. What I
Oh my
want to
God.
see.
The Empire days. Those certainly were days.
Was it you that made the Empire logo that we all got to use?
Maybe.
Who
Yeah,
made
probably. I think it was probably me.
Yeah, because it was like a really nice high-res Empire logo we all had. And I was like, who made that?
Yeah, that was
Pretty sure it
definitely
you that
me.
gave it to me.
Yeah. Yeah,
That was
I could
really
definitely
helpful
make a
for
better
thumbnails.
one. I could definitely make a better one these days, but that's alright. That is alright.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, God. Oh, dude, cleaned out, bro.
Oh,
Radley?
classic. That was such a
Dude,
weird thing that probably nobody remembers.
Yeah,
But it
Cleaned Out
was
was a web
great.
series I did at uni.
Yeah.
And as well, when I comes to my uni friends, this is where I met my close, so I still talk to, and when I go down to Melbourne, I still see my close group of friends that I consider that I have down there that I met making this show.
Yeah.
Jordan, who played the janitor, he's married and lives and is a teacher in the Czech Republic right now.
Crazy.
And then probably half the crew, because I made it with 5 media, like film students, and 3 creative writing students that wrote the show. But most, and like every other group in the course fucking hated each other and there were fights. But we did a big screening party night at one of my mates' houses, and all the groups who all came around just got pissed, put up a projector, and all watched every episode of all our web series. And this is like outside of uni that we all just did because we just had such a fucking fun time. But every other group hated each other, and the series, like, they either didn't finish. There were some great ideas too, and they did some good work, but they just didn't quite mesh because the writing students wanted it one way, and then the media students would see it a different way. Because what they did was we got it pitched to us from the creative writing course. And then we'd pick what one we wanted to work on, and it was sort of first in, like, type thing. You'd put up your and I think Cleaned Out was my second choice. I wanted to get on another one, but it was the most popular one. And they had lots of fighting between the writers and the creators, whereas our group got on so fucking well. Like, the writing guys and us, we all just worked together. So the writers would come to us for ideas too. They'd get our input, and then we'd bring them on all the shoots and get their input, whereas all the other groups didn't do that. Like, the writers would just write and the media students would make it. And then when the writers would see what they were doing, they'd be like, no, that's not the show. And they're like, well, you're just the writers, we're making the show. And then they'd be fighting, whereas we just did it all collaboratively.
Yeah.
Because it was a show about a nightlife at a university, we would just be at uni at night filming it, like, in the middle of the night, and then we'd, like, go across the street to Melbourne's, like, Central and go to the Asian Beer Cafe and just get $5 pizzas and beers and get pissed every, like, Thursday, Friday night for months, and, like, just develop this
great.
friendship group, like, from making it. But there's only, there's probably 9 of us that worked on it. There's only 4 of us that are really tight friends still to this day. That I have a group chat with and talk every couple of days with, even still. Like, one of the writers and then 2 of the other media students. And it was, like, just weird how you click with those people. But that was just a random fucking thing I did. But I feel like Radley's a character of mine. Like, I feel like I have personas on my channel. Like, you've got the Dynamite, the suited up evil villain bad guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Radley's definitely one. Like, I feel like that clip of me doing my Radley Frisbee montage resurfaced of me doing the steering wheel bit.
Oh, yeah,
And then someone taking the chair away. And people are like, what the fuck is that from? And I'm like, if you know, only the real ones know Radley.
True.
Only the real ones know Radley Randleson.
Yeah.
What Batman? My Batman is definitely another one of my personas.
True. Donald Trump, some might say, is, but that's maybe just me.
Is that, yeah, okay. Yep. Yeah, funny.
Man.
I like this. And then the whole Ezio collection, that was a phase. That
The
was a
Ezio
nice
collection launch.
reprieve.
Yeah.
That was a nice little reprieve where we could, like, sort of enjoy ourselves for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Then we actually finally did the multiplayer battle.
We did.
Raging success. Raging success.
Was very good.
What a weird time. I love 2017, to be fair.
2017 was like peak. It was like one of the best years. There's something about it. I feel like we'd finally got into the swing of things with what we were doing, like of that Assassin's Creed era.
We were well known. The Four Pillars really was birthed.
2017 was the
The
year.
community was in full swing.
Yeah, that was our year for the AC stuff. Definitely the best AC year that we had, 2017, because it was also the release of Origins that at the time we thought was like, one of the greatest things ever made. So like that was really fun.
Yeah, look, I realize it's not, but also it's still way better than everything that came afterwards by a fucking country mile.
Yeah, I mean,
I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I mean, I guess
I know
it
what you're
is. You're not wrong.
Yeah. But it all depends on what you're comparing it to, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I did a Frozen Wilds Let's Play.
Oh, classic.
Fuck. The community. Oh, we did an Extra Life multiplayer stream. Remember that?
Oh, that was so fun. That was fucking great.
That was fun. Yeah,
We did that with Brett for his little event. Yeah.
Yes.
I miss Brett. I fucking miss Brett.
Yeah.
I spoke to him in ages.
Yeah, another vibe. Yeah, that's weird. That's a good point. He was a huge part of our community and channels and podcasts for so long.
Yeah, he was always around.
Yeah, he was going to be the fifth pillar at one point. That almost happened.
Yeah, it was almost a thing.
We
yeah.
never talked. Have we ever talked about that?
I think briefly.
Were gonna,
I think briefly we talked about it before, but
he was going to be the fifth pillar. That was going to be
were
like a
thinking about
legitimate
it,
thing.
But then it just never panned out.
Well,
way.
I feel like he took a break right before we were going to ask him. Like we talked about it as the four of us. And then he took a break, and then it sort of he never really came back in the same way, so it just never happened. But I also probably meant to be because of that, It was always just supposed to be the four of us.
Yeah.
Which that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. I started Quickfire Topics in 2017. A classic series.
That is classic.
Yeah.
That's what else is there? What a fun
wish
year.
list. I did so many wish lists.
You did.
Quick Law. So many news videos.
Like the truth videos at that time, that's when that series blew up. The Empirical Truth Explained. That's such a good fucking video. Such a good video. I came in hard with that one in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the Father of Understanding? Oh yeah, those videos slapped. My IS story sucked. I did well. Still get comments on that. I fucking hate her because she's a woman. It's like, Jesus. That's not. You haven't watched the video.
Oh man.
I finally got hit 10k in 2018 as well, and I did the Justin Bieber karaoke video finally that I'd promised years before.
Oh man, that's classic. God, I'm scrolling through. I did so many Origins news videos. So fucking many. It's crazy.
Yeah, you did way more than me.
I was doing so many. Oh my god.
I just appreciate how awesome you made me such great Free Run for Justice posters for Season 3 and Season's Origin.
Oh, yeah.
They were so sick.
That was fun. I liked making
You voiced characters in them.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. That was fun.
I forget I got voice actors. I got a voice actor and a community member. I held auditions to play the Keeper in Season 3.
Yeah.
And I found a guy and picked him, and I wrote a script and
Keeper.
worked with him.
Oh man, that was fun.
That was so funny. And I just chatted to him on a voice call once, and he didn't even know who you were when I was explaining. I was like, well, so I've got this person doing it. Well, James is obviously. He's like, no. And I was like, wait, you don't know I do podcasts? He's like, no. I was like, how do you watch me? He's like, oh, I just sort of have watched some of your Assassin's Creed stuff and just randomly saw this. I was like, wow, okay, that's funny.
That's funny.
That is funny as fuck.
Oh man.
Oh, 2018 was good though. To be fair, not in terms of content as much, but Red Dead came out, Red Dead 2.
It was a good year for games,
God of
yeah,
War.
definitely.
It
2018 was a good year.
Games.
Yeah.
And then I had this weird to be fair, I like the thumbnails, but these weird color, I feel like clickbaity thumbnails.
Oh yeah,
at
yeah.
the end of 2018, you know the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, I made my first big project in 2018. That big Fable retrospective.
Oh yes. I remember that.
That's one I always look back to. It's not aged that well. It's not compared to what I make now, obviously, but it's still one that I look back on. Proud of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and then I've sort of scrolled through because I'm doing. It doesn't take as long now because I did less and less videos slowly. But I'm at 2019 where it's like sieging medieval castle. Where is the video, bro? Where is that? Where the fuck is that?
You know.
It should be an advent calendar video.
You know, it's you know.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't have the footage.
What are you talking about?
George still hasn't put his footage on.
Well, ask him.
Yeah, I guess I could.
What do you mean? You guess you could ask him.
Yeah, I guess I'll make
has
it
a bunch of it too. Elva filmed most of it.
I need to get her to do it. I'll look. Yeah, you know what? It could be an advent calendar video, but it just means I got to take some other ones out. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
You got to do
it.
it.
It'll be next year. No, I know I need to do it. I know I need to do it. It's a 4 pillars thing. I kind of needed to do it before the end of the year. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I do want it out. Yeah. But I just need
that was the bit of stones.
Yeah, true. It's the return to the bits. Like we kind of have to.
The gag reel, 4 Pillars Assemble trailer, gag reel, that was a fucking sick video. Such a cool video. We did that. The My Trip to America podcast that we did together, does that count as a podcast?
Fun. Yeah, I think so. And like the one where we go through phase 4 of the MCU and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've done 400 podcasts, surely. We've done more than we think. We've done more than we think we have. The Desmond Son, that's a podcast, and that's 40 minutes long or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
True. Desmond Son. Yeah. I'm just looking at like my channel in 2018, 2019. I feel like it went through a bit of a fucking identity crisis. I had no clue what I was doing for a while.
Yeah, no, me too.
I was all over the place with videos. Then you got jumbled in there.
You fought through
streams.
that though, whereas I just sort of died.
Yeah, it's weird to look at. Like
I don't know what to do.
You got like 2019. You got like a cinema room, an AC3 remastered speculation video, a Cyberpunk wish list, a video on state of play, unanswered questions of Assassin's Creed, live streaming AC3 remastered, Jazz Lounge, Kill Connor Club. Like it's just so weird. Everything's just so fucking all over the place. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I was just kind of like doing bits of everything, and yeah, it was a bit of fun, but. It's nice to get that, like, when you feel comfortable again with what you're doing and you know what the purpose of your channel is and stuff, which I think I really hit again in, like, 2021 probably, I think. Like, yeah, 2021 I think is where I really, really, yeah, everything sort of felt like it clicked again. And I've kind of been just trying to keep it up a little bit. But, yeah, I've scrolled all the way to the top of my channel now. That's all my content. I've gone through it all. I've gone, look back at it all. Man.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Man.
I've done some weird content.
It's,
we first started getting Colin on the podcast, and then Maddie, like Last Stand Media, have been a part of our like content creation space as well.
Yeah. Man, we've done so much. We've done so many things, and we've had so many people with us, and we've met so many people. It's been really fun. And like starting the As Always Entertainment Patreon was a huge thing, and like that was you know, one of the best things we did for sure. Like Clubhouse, having that definitely. Patreon, having that community. You know, we've done a lot of things, and I'm thankful for it, and it's been great. It's been really good.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, man. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's been an amazing, incredible experience to share this with you. Like that's been and I've said it to you before. I'll say it again. The best thing about doing content, making videos, was becoming friends with you and doing all this.
I completely agree.
It's been fucking outstanding, and I can't thank you enough, man, for doing this with me for all these years. And I'm just super grateful that we're friends. And
for sure,
I've got you and your whole family like in my life now, because I love all of them. It's truly like. Yeah, it's special. Like, even on that last night I was with you and your family, we all went out to dinner because I said to you, I was like, I really want to, like, make sure I have some time with your parents and stuff as well. And that dinner was just such a nice night we had. And we all got
definitely.
like pissed on Pinot Noir, you, me, and your mum.
Yeah.
And it was just,
Good-
and we were
good
listening
fun.
to John. We went back and listened to John May. I listened to David. I showed you like a whole bunch of unreleased David Jerome songs.
Yeah. It's good
And we all
fun.
listened to that. Like, yeah, that was cool. We were so drunk though, and then you dropped
I
me at the
know.
airport the next day. And
I
we were
felt
so
terrible.
hungover.
I felt
We
so
were
bad
so
that morning.
rough.
Oh, it was bad. It was so bad.
I started a 50-hour trip home after that.
Oh my god.
Dude. Oh.
So
fucking
ridiculous.
hell,
You got
bro.
fucking hammered and then you had to get up and do a 50-hour trip to get back to Australia. That's so fucked.
I had so much anxiety. I
Oh,
had so
man.
much anxiety about that trip too. Like,
God.
I wrote a list because I was messaging David telling him I was anxious about it. He goes, write a list of like a checklist of what you have to do to get home of your travels. I'm going to show
Yeah.
on screen how long this to-do list was for this 50-hour journey. Like that's the top of it there on my notes. Those are all the things I had to do. Like from drive to Heathrow Airport, drop bag to flight, go through security, go to gate, board flight. Like I was like take everything one step at a time. That was
Yeah.
pretty much the thing. But it's such a long fucking list of like 30 to 40 points of like things I had to do just to get home. It was ridiculous.
God. It's crazy.
And I forget that, like, I just think of that trip being super long. I forget that we got really drunk and the car ride was super depressing the next
Oh,
morning.
it was, yeah.
Because we were all a bit sad, but also hungover.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It was rough.
That was so
absolutely
fucking
rough.
funny. And George
So
was
funny
sick
looking
too.
back.
He had like a bad cold.
He did. Yeah, he did. He was rough. He kept putting his head down at dinner. He was just like not... But he got up early and he's like, he really wanted to come.
Yeah.
Which was sweet. Yeah, it's just I'm just so grateful for the whole experience and like that's happened in my life, like on the other side of the world, and I can go to the other side of the world to England, to the UK, and like feel like I'm at home.
Yeah.
Like there's something about when you come home, you're like, well, I've got people everywhere. I've got people all over Australia right now. There's always somebody I never feel like out of place or I couldn't call someone for help or something, you know what I mean? Like the big thing about traveling is a lot of time you feel very isolated because you're like, I've traveled a lot on my own. Even in America, like, sure, it's an English-speaking country, but I'm like, fuck, I don't know anybody here. If, like, I end up in hospital, something happens, I'm like, I don't know anybody. I don't know anyone, even for thousands of miles. But when I go to England, I land in London, and I'm like, I have people max half an hour away if I needed them. Anywhere I go in England. Granted, thankfully, it's a small country, but, like, that's how I just feel like I've got such great friends all over the place. It's unreal. And it all started with all this, and... like this gave you and I a platform to build friendships and like connect with other people because podcasting is just such a better way, I feel like, compared to videos to really get to know people, and especially Clubhouse allowed us to do that in a really intimate way and share way more of ourselves, and for people to actually get to know who we were through podcasts. Like we were early adopters of the podcast, bro. We've been doing this a long fucking time. Like everyone has a podcast now. Everyone has a fucking podcast.
Yeah, true.
But we were out there starting it early days.
Yeah.
Early adopters. And,
Definitely.
But so, I mean, yeah. Thank you to the audience. Thank you to everybody. Blows me away. We've still got you and I still have a couple more. I'm not going to get too emotional yet, even though this is the last As Always podcast. We've still got Clubhouse to record. We've still got another 4 Pillars podcast to record. So
We do.
it's a bit weird, but it is the last of a show.
Yeah.
Or the end of an era as it's a regular program. And that's how I'm just going to say with all these shows. It's the end of regular programming for the As Always podcast for Clubhouse for 4 Pillars. Yeah. I would be shocked if it was the last one ever for any of them, though. That's just my 2 cents of that. Because I just think there's just no way. And as we talked about, there's no way you and I are going to call and talk about something and eventually go, okay, I know that we're trying not to record things, but I feel like we have to talk about this thing. Yeah. You know, eventually will come up. It just will. It just will. So it's just funny. But yeah, thanks for the journey and on to the next thing. On to the next thing. It'll be cool to watch you as a fan as well in a different way.
Yeah, same.
I think it'll change.
It'll be cool to be able to, you know, see where both of us go and the things that we do and, you know, observe that new era. It'll be interesting. And, you know, it has been a bloody great time. And, you know, huge thank you to you and to everybody that, you know, has listened over the years. It's been it's been it's been a time. It has been a time.
It's been a time.
It definitely has.
It's been a long time.
It has.
Multiple
That's the one
chapters
thing
and
I can
eras of our lives.
factually, objectively say. It has been a long time.
It's been a long time.
And it's been good.
Yeah. And of course, thank you to the great people over on patreon.com/as always for making this show happen for the last time. Thank you to Baron Keane, Connor Cedar Sam is paying James's water bill, Damien the Nonce Orange Gnome, Eli, Flash Paradox, Jordan O'Toole, King Richard III, Radok, Tyler the Goat, Viridian, Ballsack47, Aragon, Kimasaba Gamer, Cream Pies, Alfie Rodbert, Andrew, Ashton the Lad, Big Dick 666999, Ben Higgins is thankful for his stick brethren, BFHC, Biggest Fucking Virgin, Bodge, BQ Overlord the Elder, Brian Ford, Call Me Daddy, Callum Thefmus Kelly, Christian0210, Connor DeRose Bull in the Alley, Epic Alaric, Radito Hacker, Ethan Dean, Fishy, Furious Coco, Gene, Ginkgo Swag, Gwen Hughes, Hammett the Weeb, Jack DG1998, Jaden B. Bennett, James and also Earl Jones, Joe the Founded Scarab, John Lang, Josh Duvillier, Josh J. Anderson, Liam Loden, Lucas R05, Lumistrad, Mario 5380, Master Bass, Max H, Muddy Unicorn, Nick Miller, Otaku World 7, our best and favourite mod Brownie, Play the Rules, Son of a Bitch, OG Doggo, Sparky Bark, Spell and Junk, The Blue Cow, Tony Walshy, and Zeppo. Thank you all for the years and years of support.
There it
Sweet
is.
Vintage lads. And we will see you all for Clubhouse on Patreon for the last episode. It's probably already out by now, to be fair. And then in a week's time or so for the final Four Pillars podcast. So we'll see you all there. Thank you one last time. As always, goodbye.
Thank you, everybody. See you later.